Back here with you on WFKN as we roll on with our coverage of Lady Cat basketball. Franklin Simpson up 46-7 in the girls matchup here at Butler County High School. The Wildcats on the floor warming up now for their matchup between, realistically, two teams that the area poll for the Bowling Green Daily News doesn't just encompass the region. If it was just region teams, Franklin Simpson would have checked in at number 5 in the latest top 10 on the boys' side. The girls obviously number 1 with everything they've accomplished so far this season. But that region poll adds 2 more teams into it outside of the 4th region, Edmonson County and Butler County. And with those 2 factored in on the boys' side, Butler County checked in at number 3 in the latest top 25 that came out yesterday. That's where I had them in my rankings as well. Franklin Simpson at number 6. The Wildcats went from unranked to jumping all the way in to the top 10 after the week that they had last week, going 3-0, steamrolling through everybody. And I think that ranking would have been even higher, or they would have had certainly a good argument to be in the top 5 if that Logan County game had happened before the rankings were tallied. But as it stands, the Lady Cats taking care of business in their game. Let's quickly run through the numbers from the opening half. First for Butler County, leading the way is Ava Wilson with 3. She made all of her points from the free throw line, goes 3 for 4 at the stripe. That's what she does. Really hasn't been able to get anything going. I mean, for the most part, Butler County has had limited scoring opportunities. For the shots that they've even been able to put up, a lot have been contested. Some runners from 12 to 15 feet. They've tried a few three-pointers. This is a team that is just bad from outside, and they know it. That's not their game. They only shoot 17% from three-point range. Their bread and butter is getting inside, getting free throws, and they're a team that relies a lot on rebounding, but Franklin Simpson, with their size advantage, has been able to shut a lot of that down. They only have the 4 free throws that Wilson has taken per game. They average 24 as a team. That's one of the best marks in the state coming into tonight. Anne-Marie Skaggs and Maddie Jones, they have the other points so far in this game for Butler County, each with 2. They score 1 point in the opening quarter. It took nearly 10 minutes of game time for them to get their first field goal, and that is not to bash Butler County. A lot of the credit goes to the Franklin Simpson defense for the pressure and the intensity they came out to start this game with. You can tell that Coach Taylor's message after the game last night, despite winning that ball game 64-30, the message was received and it has been put into action. On the offensive side for Franklin Simpson, 15 points from Larisha Cawthorn leads the way. She's 5 for 6 from the free throw line. She's continued to grow in that area, a 62% free throw shooter this season. That number is undoubtedly about to take a jump. She has scored at least 15 points now in 11 straight games. She had 20 last night against Logan County. Her season high is 23. Jasmine Savage, speaking of high, she's tied her career high with 12. It's the second time she's done it this year, third time she's done it in her career. All 12 coming from the three-point line. 4 triples, ties the season high as well for Sav. She makes all 4 Franklin Simpson threes in this first half. Lanaya Brown scores 8, most of them out in transition, as she's been able to do over the last few games. 4 points for Caitlin McAllister, 3 for Vanessa Ray, and 2 apiece for Chloe Smith and Nasia Nolan. Chloe, the only Lady Cat in foul trouble with 3 fouls. On the other side, 3 fouls for Bailey Moore, who averages 3.5 points per game, but is scoreless in this one. 46-7, our halftime score from Butler County High School, as we see Franklin Simpson for the 4th time in the last 5 games score at least 40 in the first half. The only exception to that was last night when they only put up a measly 38 in the opening 16 minutes. Lady Cats well on their way to moving to 21-1 overall on the season in what is their 19th game away from home. They've only been able to play in the FS Gym 3 times. Thankfully, number 4 coming up on Friday, when we'll be back home on Friday for a doubleheader against Russellville. Franklin Simpson, boys and girls, playing their last regular season games against Russellville for the year in district play. And the big one's coming up on Tuesday. Don't sleep on those games Tuesday with Barron County coming to town. Obviously, it's a big girls matchup. We know how good Barron County is. A little bit down, and down seems like a harsh word considering they're still having a good year. They're co-favorites right now in that 15th district alongside Warren East, but Franklin Simpson's got something to prove after Barron County ran him out of the gym last season. Coach Taylor has used that as bulletin board material for this team. There are several games on the calendar that this team has had circled. I don't know if any has been circled with a brighter marker or circled more times than the Barron County game that's coming up on Tuesday. And it's going to be a great matchup on the boys' side as well. As it stands, we'll see how the rankings shake out in terms of that area poll that I mentioned come next week. But you're looking at 2 of the top 6 teams again in this area facing off, just as we're getting in the boys' matchup between Franklin Simpson and Butler County, which will follow this one. So to take a sneak peek at that one, I like to try to cover some of the boys' matchup at halftime just because we don't know how much of a pregame we'll get with the postgame for the girls kind of fading into that Wildcat pregame show. Franklin Simpson on the boys' side, 11-7 overall on the season, 4-0 in district play. After beating Logan County, they've won 4 in a row overall, 6 of their last 7. They started strong against Logan and then held on late for a 65-56 win. Scored 24 points in the fourth quarter of that game, 18 in the first quarter. Went scoreless for the first 4.5 minutes of the second quarter. Still somehow managed to outscore Logan County in that second quarter, and then held on for a very impressive win against a sharpshooting Logan County team that honestly was a very good warm-up for this game against Butler County. Logan County made 6 shots from deep. They averaged 7 per game, and in their wins, they're making almost 10. Butler County, meanwhile, presents one of the best shooting teams in the state, and it's all spearheaded by Ty Price. If you go to ESPN, you look up the recruiting rankings for the class of 2025, you'll see Ty Price out of Butler County High School as a 4-star recruit. He's got an offer from Mississippi State. He's been recruited by Auburn. Western Kentucky's obviously been after him. Visited Notre Dame over the weekend. He's averaging 28 points per game, ranks 3rd in the state, making 4.2 per game at a 36% clip, and he will spray it from everywhere. They've got the state of Kentucky as a logo about 7, 8, maybe 10 feet off the line on the right wing on each side of the floor, and that's about where his range extends to. For young Ty Price, that averages 28 points per game and just passed the 2,000-point mark for his career with 34 against Edmonson County last night. As a team, they're 6th in the state in scoring, top 40 in three-point percentage, and they pair Price with 6'7" forward Lawson Rice, who averages nearly 20 points per game while ranking top 50 in the state in field goal percentage and 12th in rebounds. Now, the big weaknesses for Butler County, as we'll talk about once that broadcast rolls around, they don't go very deep. Their starting 5 scores 96% of their points, and they're just 1-6 this season when their opponents score over 60. As we get back underway with the second half of our girls matchup, the Lady Cats well on their way to scoring 60 points in this ball game. They lead at 46-7. As we start this third quarter of play, they have possession first. Chloe Smith works baseline and gets a reverse layup to go. Going right to left, scooped it around and in. Chloe's got 4. It's 48-7. And yes, the clock shall run. Right wing, Ava Wilson has it, guarded by Smith. Goes left now, gives it over on the left wing to Addison Miller. Miller defended by Smith, picks it up, left elbow extended, now leaves it up top for Willoughby, defended by Lanaya Brown. Lanaya with 8 and has forced a handful of turnovers in this game. Willoughby trying to direct traffic, now goes over on the left wing to Miller. Picked up by Smith, tries to dart one down low to Wilson, but threw it behind her and out of bounds. It's a nice little give and go, and then Wilson took off from the elbow. But the pass thrown too hard and about 3 feet behind where it needed to be. McAllister gets the inbound for Franklin Simpson. A minute into the second half, they lead it by 41. Cawthorn, fall elbow, faces up, goes down low. Smith turns, fakes once, goes up the second time, missed it, and then fouled underneath on the second try. 2 free throws on the way for Chloe Smith. Franklin Simpson clearly establishing they want to feed the post to start this second half. As Ava Wilson picks up her 3rd foul. That's what they should do. This is a Butler County team, as I referenced coming in. It's an elite rebounding team on paper, statistically amazing. Top 5 in the state at 38.6 per game, but they don't have much size. As Chloe buries both free throws, she's already got 4 in this third quarter after she only had 2 in the first half. It's 50-7 Franklin Simpson. Parker Willoughby crosses over. Was defended by McAllister. Now Savage takes that assignment. Willoughby stuck deep on the right wing, and they call a bump against Sav. Coach Taylor tells you just got to give her enough space to move. First foul on Savage. Chloe, as we referenced at halftime, the only Lady Cat in foul trouble with 3. Inbound pass nearly goes into the backcourt. It's caught by Moore. Her foot was on the half-court line. As now she brings it up, gets a screen from Wilson. Now leaves it on the right wing for Addison Miller. Back out in the corner, Bailey Moore. Lost it, and Smith is up with it. Chloe brings it front court herself. Now picks up her dribble just in front of half court. To LaRisha at the elbow. Turns, gets inside. Strong finish. Great drive by LaRisha, and she's got 17. She has done a great job. I said this in the first half. She is not fading to avoid contact. She is getting to where she wants to go and finishing. Wilson down low, leaves it at the last moment. Nice feed to Skaggs, but she couldn't finish the layup. McAllister brings it right wing to Savage into the corner. Brown. LaRisha wants it at the elbow, gets it there. Drives left side, gets inside. Left-handed scoop is good. That one another case where earlier this season she would have tried to fade away to get around that, maybe even try to get it back to her right hand. That time confident and finishes with the left. It's 54-7. 3 minutes into the second half. Wilson on the elbow feeds it to a cutting Moore, but she has to kick it back outside. Quick trigger 3 from Wilson, left short, and LaRisha has an easy board. Up ahead, Lanaya Brown chases one down off of one bounce, and she's got 10 points now with the layup. 56-7. Franklin Simpson has darted out with 10 unanswered to start the second half. It's looked like a mirror image of the start of this game. Elbow pass deflected. LaRisha calling for a foul. That's her third. Looked like she had got it cleanly. As Downey, Ray, and Nolan will come in. LaRisha, Lanaya. Actually, Lanaya's going to stay in. Nope, now she checks out. Franklin Simpson has 6 players on the floor. They're trying to figure out who's supposed to be out. It is Savage. So Jasmine heads to the bench. The only ones that stay in are Chloe and Caitlin. Baseline inbound. Wilson springs free, draws contact, and finishes, and one. Second foul called on Nasia Nolan. That was a nice move to spring free by Wilson and get some space on the left block. Franklin was late defending it. She's now got 5 with a chance to make it 6 at the line. 5'7" freshman. She's a good ball player. Some you can just tell. And she certainly got it. She gets the free throw to go to, and it's 56-10. Franklin Simpson, 3:20 left, third quarter. Nolan up top. Ray picks it up at the elbow. Now sends it back out to Nasia. Vanessa gets it back in the corner. Jabs left, drives baseline, tries to dump it off for Chloe, but the pass is deflected and stolen away. Here comes Bailey Moore the other way. Top of the key, now leaves it on the wing. Nice fake. Right elbow jumper off the drive is no good, but Nolan fouls Willoughby on the try. Third foul on Nasia. And Parker Willoughby will get 2 free throws. He's a 60% shooter on the year. Just a sophomore. This is a pretty young team, just like Franklin Simpson, only 2 seniors. Taylor Leach and Addison Miller. As Chloe comes out, Talia Spencer comes in for the first time, making her 13th appearance of the year. Willoughby missed the first, and she makes the second. Noticeably, Taylor Leach was listed in the starting lineup in this game for Butler County. She is not active, has not played for the Lady Bears, the 5'4" senior, averaging 9 points per game. And in her absence, we've seen a lot of Addison Miller's down low pass deflected. Sanaya tried to save it, but stepped out of bounds. It'll go back to Butler County. 56-11, 2:24 left. I know the Lady Bears would have loved to have Leach. She's been a 13th district killer. Granted, they, lost games to Todd County and Logan County, but against Todd, she had 15, and in a win against Russellville, she had 20. Down low, they give it to Skaggs. Tried to feed it to Wilson, but threw it over her head and out of bounds. Clock ticks. It's 56-11, Franklin Simpson. 10 points scored so far in this third quarter. I'll have to go back and check and make sure, but the 46 in the first half, I believe the most FS has had this season. McAllister left wing three, misses off the left side, and the rebound is tipped out off of Butler County. Good job by Nasia to force that issue. And McAllister will inbound underneath with 1.5 minutes left in the third. Nolan pops off a screen. She had a corner three look, turned it down, instead gives it to Vanessa. McAllister pumps out. Now they go down to Spencer, to Vanessa. Nasia, left wing, tees off, buries it. That was fantastic ball movement. Didn't hit the floor. 59-11. Willoughby holds it near half court. Ray now comes to guard her. A couple of crossover dribbles. Vanessa keeps up with every step. They've got two players on the elbows. They give it on the right elbow to Skaggs. Tries to dump it off down low to a cunning Miller, and it's knocked out of bounds by McAllister. Majayla Butler will take her spot. Majayla averaging just over a point per game. This backcourt goes so deep in terms of how many players can play as the inbound goes over the head of Skaggs, and she deflected it in the front court. Normally you can throw it into the backcourt on the inbounds, but there Skaggs touched it mid-air, chased it down, and it's over and back. Turnover gives it to Franklin Simpson. They'll have under 30 seconds to work with as Ray gets the inbound, leading at 59-11 here in the third quarter. Left side, Nolan. Butler gets it in the corner, leaves it down low for Spencer. It was a good bounce pass, but just out of her reach. Julia couldn't handle it, and it goes out with 12 seconds left and ticking. Ball comes across half court with Willoughby. 5 seconds left. Kicks it out to the corner. Drive from Skaggs. Gets inside, and the runner gets the bounce and falls. Second field goal for Anna Marie Skaggs. She's now got 4, but it's all Franklin Simpson. Here at Butler County, all that's left is 8 minutes to figure out our final score. 59-13, the Lady Cats lead it over the Lady Bears of Butler County. The first of 2 games here at Butler County tonight. The boys matchup to follow. You're listening to Lady Cat Basketball on 92.3 WFKN.
County and East Gulf District doubleheader. Both the Lady Bears and Bears will be looking to get the former Owen Gulf District play here at home Friday night.
(59-13) is our score as we head into the final quarter of the girls matchup in this doubleheader at Butler County High School. The Lady Bears start the fourth and final frame with possession. Franklin Simpson all but has this game iced. They lead it by 46. Jumper missed and rebounded by Vanessa Ray for FS. She's going to run, outruns 4 Lady Bears and gets a free layup. My goodness, she's now got 5. There was 1 player left in the backcourt. Everybody else was back on defense, and Vanessa ran past all of them. Ball lost at the free throw line. Spencer fighting for it. Jump ball called. Arrow sends it to Franklin Simpson. Mackenzie Taylor, Mila Rigsby, and Vanessa Ray and Nasia Nolan come out, possibly for the final time. Larisha Cawthorn is going to finish the game, leading Franklin Simpson with her 19 points after scoring 20 last night. Jasmine Savage tying a career high with 12 on 4 first-half triples. Rigsby brings it across, kicks it into the corner to Taylor. Looks both ways, now gives it to Downey at the free throw line. Turns, drives, strong finish for Sanaya. There's that confidence. 63-13, Franklin Simpson leads. Right side screen set for Hunt. Now gets right baseline, flips up a runner. Rebounded down low by Cardwell for Butler County, and she'll have 2 free throws after a foul. Or no, she made it. She made it, and it went through so clean from our vantage point, which, to clarify, we were on the opposite end of the court from where she made that. We're up in the rafters behind the goal that's on the left side of the scorer's table, as it's actually a 3-point play that is finished by Cardwell. Tough to see that far side, especially when she switches it like that and doesn't even move the net. Cardwell picks up a steal, then drives, and this time doesn't finish. So she will have her 2 free throws. 14th time this season, Franklin Simpson have scored at least 60 points. They'll move to 13-1 in those games. The lone exception, their only loss of the season against Boyd County. As the first of these 2 free throws falls for Cardwell. Will be win number 77 in the career of Ashley Taylor. As Cardwell makes both, she's got 5. And it's 63-18 Franklin Simpson. Rigsby bump now sends it right side to Butler. Looking at the elbow to Downey. Will she drive again? Jabs right twice, gets left, has to pick up her dribble, and gets caught in the lane, and 3 seconds is called in the paint. Just got in a little too deep, got caught. Couldn't find an option to throw it to as Butler County gets it back after the turnover. We've got 5:15 left in this girls' game. Boys matchup to follow. Hunt up top, guarded by Majayla Butler. Ran to the left wing, now sprints to the right wing. Still no space. Majayla keeps up every step of the way. Then Downey deflects a pass intended for Easley. Has the steal. Dangerous pass to Butler, but Majayla pulls it down. Driving right side, picks up her dribble. Now out to Downey on the wing. Directing traffic. Goes down low. Spencer turns, fires, missed the shot. And it's rebounded down low by Maddie Jones. She's double teamed, but leaves it for Hunt, who fires it right wing into the hands of Mila Gill. Gill, baseline, cut off by Rigsby, tries a bounce pass down low to Easley. She lost it, but flipped it up into the air, and it's caught on the left wing by Cardwell. She wraps around the perimeter, nearly lost it out of bounds, and Butler County's going to take a timeout. It's just a 30. We'll stay here. 63-18, Franklin Simpson leads. 4:27 left in the ball game. Head coach Lexi Belcher in her 6th year here at Butler County, as I referenced in the pregame, won 19 games last year. Won 25 in the 21-22 season. They won the District 12 championship, the tournament title that year. And that was the first time they had done that since 1993. Has done a great job here at Butler County. And this is a very young team that's going to get a lot better. A lot of their key pieces, sophomores or younger. Ava Wilson, just a freshman, almost averaging a double-double. Skaggs, only a sophomore. We'll see where this team is in a couple of years. But for now, Franklin Simpson leads 63-18 out of the timeout. Inbound pass comes in down low to Maddie Jones. Posts up, now kicks it out in the corner to Hunt. Carrington Hunt's assumed a lot of the ball handling duties. All that has to do with Taylor Leach's absence. As she gets the screen up top from Jones, now leaves it on the wing for Gill. Mila Gill, a 5'4" sophomore, making her 7th appearance of the year, has to pick up her dribble and sends it over to Easley in the corner. Cut off trying to go baseline, gives it back to Gill, who lost it off her leg and out of bounds. We're halfway through this 4th quarter now. Left side, Butler gives to Taylor. Down low, Spencer. Nice find on the right block. Wrapped it around, and Downey was wide open. Sanaya's got 4. That's a career high. It's 65-18. Sanaya's going to put up better and better numbers as the year goes on. And I think next year, her senior season, we'll probably see a completely different version of Sanaya Downey. All of these guards, except for McAllister, will come back. As we get a couple of subs for Butler County. They're emptying their bench with 3 minutes left. Left wing, Gill has it, picked up by Downey. Franklin Simpson still applying good pressure defensively. Spears will check in at the next timeout, which comes now with a blocking foul down low on the drive from Gill. Jaden will be joined by Carmen Phillips, the 5'9 sophomore, making her 11th appearance of the year. Spencer comes out, so does Downey. Gill missed the first. Missed the second as well. It's tipped out, and they're going to get another possession with Rayleigh Skaggs. Cross-court pass onto the block. It looked like for a moment it was going to be an open layup for Lily Glass, but she lost it. And it's picked up by Rigsby. Out to Butler, thought about a free throw line jumper. Mackenzie Taylor triple. Buried it. And that's probably the most excited the Franklin Simpson bench has been tonight. $12 points this season now for Taylor. As the ball goes down low, it's lost by Glass. She walked about twice with it. They didn't call it with 2 minutes left. Left side jumper missed way short by Jones, and it's rebounded by Taylor. Throws it over the head of Butler, and Butler County is going to have a free steal. Majayla Butler's who she threw it over the head of. I guess that can get confusing. As Maddie Jones holds it at the Butler County logo at midcourt, 1:45 left in this game. 68-18 is the Franklin Simpson lead. Butler tries to steal one from behind. Skaggs didn't notice her, but held on to it, fired up a jumper and missed it. Butler's got the rebound, and she's got a free transition bucket. Missed it long. Rigsby tries to clean up. She misses the putback long. Couple of bunnies missed there. And then Taylor commits a bump on the far side against Mila Gill. Franklin Simpson trying to hit 70 for the 4th time this season. They're high, the 81 they put up against Russellville. Under a minute left in this one. It's a 50-point lead, 68-18. Against what stands now as maybe the top team in the 12th district out of Region 3. Spears knocks a pass away, but they get a foul. It's the 5th against Franklin Simpson. It should, in theory, be 2 free throws. They're letting this clock bleed anyway. And now they finally stop it at 31 seconds left. First of the 2 free throw misses. We're going to get one more sub. Butler County's getting everybody into this ball game as Lily Glass comes out. One more free throw with 31 seconds left. Misses short. They've had a few opportunities at the line in this 4th quarter. Haven't been able to convert. And now Majayla Butler will bring it up to Rigsby. Gets inside, tries to leave it for Spears, but it goes out of bounds. And still, with 20 seconds left in a running clock game and a 50-point lead, Coach Taylor coaching Rigsby through what went wrong there. It's no wonder why this team wins games. Near side jumper missed by Skaggs. Spears with the board to Rigsby. Taylor tells her to hold it, and the clock expires. A dominant display once again for Franklin Simpson, but tonight more so than last night, it's wire to wire, not just in terms of the score, but in terms of the effort. 68-18. Franklin Simpson wins it over Butler County. The least points a team has scored against the Lady Cats this year. They've held 2 teams to 20. Tonight, they hold Butler County to just 18. Lady Cats moving now on the season to 21-1 against the Butler County team that, mind you as well, offensively had seen nowhere near this low of a total. Their previous season low, 36. They'd scored at least 40 in all but 2 of their games up to this point. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll get you all the final numbers from this ball game, and we'll hear from Coach Taylor. She has to make the climb up to our spot here. We're perched up about 10 rows off the floor, the second floor they've got up here at Butler County High School. Lady Cats winners as we head into our first post-game show of the night, 68-18. You're listening to Lady Cat basketball on 92.3 WFKN. We can do 2 minutes here. Get things started with a 68-18 win over the Butler County Lady Bears. I'm Tyler Eaton. Thank you for joining us for this presentation of Franklin Simpson basketball, whether you're listening on 92.3 FM, 92.3 WFKN.com, or you're watching on any of the various platforms that you can watch the stream for Franklin Simpson Channel 9. Lady Cats opened this game with a 29-point first quarter, which ties their best mark of the season, I believe. And I said I'll go back and figure this out, and I'll have it for you by Friday. The 46 points scored in the first half, I think, to also be a season high for these Lady Cats. They finish with 68, can't quite get up to that mark of 70 for the fourth time this season, but they make it 11 times this year that they've gone in the 60s. Looking at the scoring totals for this ball game, 6 points leads the way for Butler County, those being scored by freshman Ava Wilson. Back-to-back nights now that she's been held into single digits. She's really been coming on strong, averages almost 13 points per game. Edmonson County kept her in check, albeit Butler County won that ball game last night. Franklin Simpson did a good job against Ava Wilson, and when you give up 18 points, really you did a good job on everybody. I think that's indisputable. 5 points in the fourth quarter for Carly Cardwell. She's just an eighth grader. She's played now 6 games for this Butler County team, joined the team once the eighth grade season was done. She's going to blossom into a really good player, and I do believe between she and Ava Wilson, they've got a good duo for years to come. 4 points for Anne-Marie Skaggs. You can throw her into that conversation as just a sophomore as well. 2 points for Maddie Jones, just 1 point for Parker Willoughby. And again, I mentioned this late in this ball game. This is a Butler County team without their third leading scorer on the year, Taylor Leach, who led them in scoring against Edmonson County last night, was initially listed to start this ball game, did not play for Butler County. On the other side for Franklin Simpson, back-to-back nights, Larisha Cawthorn leads the way for the Lady Cats. 19 points this time around, 11 straight that she scored at least 15. She's joined in double figures by Jasmine Savage, who ties her career high with 12. Lanaya Brown gets into double digits with 10 points as well for Lanaya That's the 8th time this year that she's been in double figures. 5 points off the bench for Vanessa Ray. 3-pointer there in that fourth quarter by Mackenzie Taylor gave Franklin Simpson 6 triples for the night as a team. Nasia Nolan hit one of them. She finishes the game with 5 points. 6 points for Chloe Smith, who had a 4-point third quarter, and 4 points for Caitlin McAllister. Rounds out all of our scoring for Franklin Simpson. Not as explosive of a night for maybe some of the regulars that we're used to off the bench. Just 5 apiece for Nolan and Ray, but the 3 from Taylor and then 4 points from Sanaya Downey in this fourth quarter get us right back to 17 bench points. This Franklin Simpson bench continues to contribute as they need to. Our final score once again, 68-18. The Lady Cats take it over Butler County. They now stand at 21-1 on the season. Butler County falling to 12-9. They're 3-5 against teams from the 4th region. They played now everybody from the 13th district, winning just 1 against Russellville. They fall here at home to Franklin Simpson and Todd County and fell on the road to Logan County. See Coach Taylor walking across the way. Guess she came up the opposite stairwell. She'll come hop on and join us here on our post-game show. It's a happy one as the Lady Cats get things started fashionably with a dominant win over Butler County, and I assume Coach Taylor will be a bit happier after this one as we get her hooked up with our headset here in the skybox. There's nothing like it. Coach, you like our view up here?
You had the worst seat in the house.
We make it work, and there was a lot to watch here tonight. You know, the good thing about it is when Butler County was coming this way offensively, your team made it to where there wasn't too much to see anyways. You guys absolutely locked down. Offensively tied the best mark that you'd had all season long in the first quarter, and I believe that's the most we've scored in the first half this season. 1 point allowed defensively in the first quarter against a team that on the season had only been held under 40 points twice. You hold them to 18. That's the lowest we've held anybody to. How did you manage to do it in this ball game?
You know, we've talked on the radio about the last couple times we played. We weren't happy with our execution on both ends. So we kind of challenged our team last night. We didn't let them settle. And then I thought what you've seen tonight was a response from that. They led themselves through warm-ups. You know, they had a talk amongst themselves last night. They led themselves through warm-ups, and they just came out and executed on both sides of the ball.
One thing that I'd mention, and I'm pretty sure you'd echo this based off of that statement, it felt like that near 20-minute conversation in the locker room after last night resonated with this team. So it's cool to hear you speak all of that and say this team, after all that, is coming out. They didn't hang their heads after that. And obviously, when you win by that much, there's not much to hang your head about. But there's that nature to get complacent after, oh, we won by 34. Why is our coach getting on to us? But rather they take it and say, oh, we won by 34 and our coach still thinks we can be better. She really does believe in us.
Definitely. You know, they know that we have an ultimate goal for our end goal. And to do that, you've got to challenge them along the way, too. And don't let them just settle into, oh, we won by this. We want to win by that the same tonight, but we looked really good doing it.
One thing I talked to Larisha about last night, because sometimes we'll chat after games and we like to sit there and pick apart things that she's working on and things that are developing in her game. And something that stood out to me, and it's been the case over the course of the season, sometime last night there were some drives where she'd get in down low and she'd kind of fade and try to avoid that contact. It felt like tonight she was a lot more physical, embraced some of that contact, went straight up and realized, I'm 5'11", they can't do anything about that.
Definitely. You know, everything last night was for layup or nothing. And so tonight you've seen her pull up, you know, before and shoot it off too. And that's just her development overall, her player development, and it's only going to keep growing.
Somebody that told me they were working on the confidence in their offensive game, and somebody you told me you were confident in their offensive game because they do it in practice, Sanaya Downey. She was aggressive in that fourth quarter. I'm sure you'd like to see a little bit more of that.
Man, and what was so good about it is she led the people out there. You know, she's starting to get minutes in that top 7, top 8 group. And she took the leadership that she got from that, and when we subbed and all those young kids came in, she took that leadership and was out there talking to them the entire time. Man, I was really proud of her. I think she's trusted the process. You know, it's not the process isn't the same for every kid. And she's trusted that process, and she's starting to reap, you know, rewards from it.
Our player of the game tonight is somebody that maybe gets overlooked because she's been so darn consistent this year, Jasmine Savage. Just a flamethrower from three, makes 4 to tie her career high in the first half alone. I mentioned this earlier. When you go back and you look at how many games we played this season and how many games she's made multiple threes, the disparity is not too big because she's been so rock solid all season long. Now 15 times she's made double-digit threes in a game. What is it that makes her so special? Because we know for her, she told me earlier this season, I want to work on my defense. She's been working on her defense. It's getting there. But while she's been working on her defense, Coach, it feels like as good of a shooter as she was to start the year, she's been getting better still as a shooter, too.
Definitely. She's one of those players, she likes to get in a rhythm. And so it takes her 3 or 4 games at the beginning of the season to get that rhythm. But then once she finds it, man, she's just solid. And, you know, she gets overlooked defensively because we're really fast and athletic in spots. But she's such our –
and we've got
Caitlin,
5-6 guards that can go out there and do that.
Yeah, so her and Caitlin are kind of our glue people behind them. And they kind of just hold it all together. She's always in the right spot. She guards multiple positions. I knew she was going to come out and have a big game tonight because she's one of those kids that always responds after a bad night. She felt like she wasn't ready to go last night. She didn't like how she played. She was mad about it. She knew we didn't like it. And she's a kid that, okay, I'm going to come out and respond.
Well, Ashley, I'm going to give you, now that you've done your coaching job for the night, I'm going to give you the hardest job that I'm going to tell you LJ failed miserably at last night.
Oh, no.
So I'm going to give you the plaque, the Pelican Snowballs Player of the Game plaque. You can claim you're the player of the game if you want to.
Deal.
Your job, if you can do this, is get the picture with Sav and send it over.
I will.
Do you think you can do that?
I can do
I told
that
LJ to do
they're
that.
not coming to you because they're having a ping pong challenge in the locker room right now.
I can't argue that. LJ's job was to do it with, of all people, Larisha. And
that was the worst one. You know how brother-sister love is.
They are. Well, thankfully, I had a picture of her from earlier.
There you go.
She had 20 last night, 19 tonight. Jasmine Savage, though, our player of the game. I feel like my mind naturally went to Jared. I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
She looks like I'm shooting the ball out there with her 12 points tonight. Coach, we'll see you on Friday for another district game.
Thank you.
That's Coach Ashley Taylor joining us. We're going to step away. When we come back, we bring you the boys matchup between Franklin Simpson and Butler County right here on 92.3 WFKN. As we're now ready to get you set for the boys matchup between your Franklin Simpson Wildcats and the Butler County Bears. If you're just joining us, I'm Tyler Eaton. Thank you for stopping by. We sound a little different on the radio airwaves tonight. We had to switch back to our phone line, getting it done the old-fashioned way. Internet connection not quite up to snuff here in Morgantown, but we make things do just as things have been done on WFKN far before I had come along and far before I had even been thought of here on the airwaves. Man, what a job Moon and Steve did for so long here on WFKN. I'd reference this on Homecoming. So many memories of listening back to Franklin Simpson broadcasts throughout the years, and it's a privilege to be an honor of helping create some of those memories moving forward. As Franklin Simpson, such a historic school for football, basketball, baseball, you name the sport. There's history there for Franklin Simpson athletics. And tonight, Franklin Simpson looking to continue what has been a streak that you have to go back years to find one like it for these Wildcats. They've won 4 in a row. The last time they did that was the 2021-22 season. They won 8 in a row then. These Wildcats, though, have been on fire. They're averaging 70 points per game over a stretch of 7 games where they've won 6 of them. In all 6 of those wins, they've scored at least 60. Their latest game, a 65-56 win over Logan County last night. The Wildcats had to score 24 points in the fourth quarter and did so despite not shooting well from the free throw line. In that final frame, the Cats almost tried to give it away a little bit late. They only went 6 for 12 at the line in the fourth quarter. Still for the ball game, they finish as a team 11 for 19. Although Coach Spencer has said he'd like to see that number tick up, and the team had been shooting it really well from the free throw line the 2 games before that. Coach Spencer had called them out after the game to start the week on their performance at the free throw line. That's going to be a big key in this game, as we'll talk about as our pregame show and the broadcast rolls on. Franklin Simpson is going to want to force that foul issue against a Butler County team that gets 96% of their points from their starting 5. They're not a deep team, but they're a good team. Butler County, top 10 in the state in scoring this season. They average per game as a team 77 points. They give up 63 per game. Franklin Simpson is top 35 in the state. They only give up 53. The Cats have bumped up all their numbers shooting-wise from the field from last year. Last season they shot it at 42% from the field, 30% from 3 so far this season, 45% overall, 32% from deep. They're scoring 4 more points per game compared to last year. The only dip from this year to last year is in free throw shooting. Last year this was a 70% free throw shooting team. Last time they shot it at 66% from the stripe. 6 for 14 from deep against Logan County. That's a Logan County team that also made 6 threes. If you're Franklin Simpson and tonight you match Butler County from deep, you got a real good chance of winning. But have fun doing that against a Butler County team that makes 8.6 three-pointers per game. And last night against Edmonson County, they made 16 of them. 16 for 36 over their 4-game winning streak. They've made 45, and they've made 29 triples over the last 2 games. And their season high actually came against Russellville. They scored 93 in a win against the Panthers, despite going just 6 for 26 from outside. They can get it done in multiple ways. They shoot it at 47% from the floor. They're top 10 in the state in free throw percentage at 76% from the charity stripe. Butler County 11-6 overall on the season, 3-0 in the 12th district under 12th-year head coach Calvin Dockery. Coach D. Spencer also in his 12th year for Franklin Simpson, and fun to draw some parallels between those two. Franklin Simpson, under Coach Spencer in his 12 years, have 4 District 13 tournament titles. Butler County, in their 12 years under Calvin Dockery, have 4 12th District tournament titles. They've yet to advance past the semifinals of the 3rd region tournament. The same can be said for Franklin Simpson. 2 teams that are hungry to advance. They've had some frustrating finishes to season, and tonight a chance for both of these teams in a top 6 matchup in this region. Franklin Simpson, I say region, it's the area poll that's conducted by the Bowling Green Daily News. The Cats ranked number 6, Butler County number 3, behind just Bowling Green and Warren Central, the 2 top dogs in this 4th region. Ty Price, the star for Butler County, averaging 28 points per game, lethal from deep. He's 3rd in the state in makes per game, 2,000 points for his career. Got it with 20 points in the first half last night against Edmonson County. Finished that game with 34. He scored at least 30 in 4 straight. 33 points per game over that stretch. Overall, he scored at least 30 8 times this year with a high mark of 38 against Trinity Whitesville. Now, this is the second time Franklin Simpson has faced a top 10 scorer in the state. against Jamison Glass, the 6'6" forward for Todd County Central. They limited him to a then season low 20 points. Going to have to be up to the test here tonight against a Butler County team that is very good outside, and they're good inside as well in the form of 6'7" forward Lawson Rice, a junior just like Price. He's averaging nearly 20 points per game to go alongside 11.5 rebounds. They have played 17 games this season. He's got 13 double-doubles. They're announcing the starting five here at Butler County, so let's meet them as well. First, for the Butler County Bears under 12th-year head coach Calvin Dockery, they'll go with 3 guards, 2 forwards, 5'10" junior number 22. Ty Price is the starting point guard for this team, averaging 28.5 points per game. He's made 71 three-pointers. Joining him in the backcourt, 6'2" junior number 11, Justin Caslin. He's caught fire as of late, averaging 17 points per game over his last 7. He averages 12 on the year and just scored a season-high 26 with 8 triples against Edmonson County. The final guard, a 6' junior, number 15, Briar Griffin. He's a capable scorer as well, averaging 10 a game. He's been in double figures 5 times this season. Joining Rice, the 6'7" junior in the front court, is 6'5" junior, number 2, Trevor DeWeese. Often gets overlooked because of what Rice does to rebounds. He can shoot it from deep as well. A 39% marksman from outside. On the other side for Franklin Simpson, they'll go 3 guards, 2 forwards, as we've seen most of the season, with one exception when Malik Butler started for Cam Ray. Speaking of Cam, he's a 5'9" junior wearing number 1, averaging 7.5 points per game. Scored 9 last night against Logan County. He'll man the point. On one wing is 5'10" sophomore number 12, Ja'Kai Partinger, averaging 8.3 points per game. Tied his season high with 15 against Logan County last night. Went 2 for 4 from outside. He's going to have to be on tonight. And somebody else that's going to need a good game, the senior leader, number 23, O.J. Gamble, 13 points per game, 4.5 boards, with just 3 for 10 with 6 points against Logan County. He's been in double figures in 14 of the 18 games. Franklin Simpson's going to need him at his best. The 2 forwards are the Dickersons, and they're playing their best basketball of the season. Matthias coming off a career-high 20. He's been in double figures now 7 times this year, at least 15, 3 times. And beside him, Gavin. 8 straight games with 10 or more points. He stands at 6'2", Matthias at 6'1", but it's going to be the 5'10" Ja'Kai Partinger that contests the tip as the most athletic player on this Franklin Simpson team as we get set to get this game underway. Partinger will have to go up against Rice, the lanky 6'7" center for this Butler County team. Franklin Simpson in the base blue uniforms, white stripes, white numbers. Kai and Rice went up for it. It was tipped to the Franklin Simpson side. Gavin Dickerson chased it down, and they set up offensively with Ray. I couldn't tell if Rice won that tip and Gavin just chased it down or Kai got a hand on it. Regardless, Gavin takes steps at the top of the key, and a travel gives it to Butler County for their first possession. Going to have to limit the unforced turnovers in this game. Have to take advantage of all your opportunities against such a lethal Butler County team, but they're beatable if you score points. On the season, they're just 1-6 when they give up over 60. And down low, O.J. Gamble draws a charge, absorbed the contact. And that goes back to what we talked about earlier as Trevor DeWeese picks up his first foul. This is not a deep Butler County team. Over 95% of their scoring on the season has come from their starting 5. Get them into foul trouble, you can make something happen. Partinger has it up top, sends it left wing, O.J. Gamble. Gavin Dickerson springs open. Now it goes on the right wing to Cam Ray. Directing traffic, Matthias, right elbow, right corner. Ja'Kai Partinger triple. Off the heel, no long rebound collected by Rice. He has it poked away from behind. Gavin Dickerson controls it for the steal. Great job by the Cats. Matthias, right elbow extended. Now it goes into the corner, Kai. Cam flashes, but it goes up top, Gavin. Now left wing, Gamble. They've got him isolated. All the way to the rim, left the layup short. Fighting for the board with Rice. Tipped it out to Kai. His 4-foot jumper's good. And the Cats have the lead 2-0. They're going to have to be scrappy. That was a scrappy possession. Near side pass thrown behind DeWeese. Franklin Simpson applying full court pressure, but Butler County breaks it. Far side it goes to Rice. Now into the hands in the corner. Wrapping up top is Caslin. Looking to get it to Price. Ray all over him. Uses a screen from Caslin. Throws it into the near side corner to Griffin. He pulls for three. Missed it. Rebound goes off the far side, and Gamble chases it down. Castling got caught midair, mistimed his jump. Here comes Gamble. Spins around Price. Through contact, no foul called on Rice. That's a tough no call. And it's rebounded by Butler County. Price hesitates. Gets inside. Knocked out from behind by Ray. And Butler County will inbound on the baseline. That was a lot of contact down low against Rice for them not to call a foul on the OJ drive. Used a beautiful spin to get away from Ty Price. They go into Lawson Rice, who gives it up top to DeWeese, and he travels before driving. Nearly 2 minutes of play, and Butler County scoreless. Franklin Simpson up 2-0 over this potent Bears offense. They want to speed you up. The Cats have had this game to their tempo for the most part. Ray gets the inbound and walks it up slowly, guarded by the junior Ty Price. Played as an 8th grader at Warren East and went to South Warren and has come here to Butler County, blossomed as a star. Gavin Dickerson throws it away. And the steal is taken to the rack and finished by Briar Griffin. We're tied up at 2 minutes in. Just not enough urgency on the pass. Butler County gives no space even off the ball. As Kai gets inside, flips up a runner and banks it in from the left block. He's got all four. It's 4-2 FS. Here comes Price the other way. Wide open, Rice slams it home with two hands. Ties us back up at 4. Here comes Ja'Kai Partinger. Right corner, Gavin Dickerson uses a Kai screen. Now drops it off for O.J. Gamble. Again, a lot of contact. They're going to say it was a clean defense by Castlin, and it's rebounded by Butler County. They run in transition. Alley-oop layup finish for Rice, and they've got the lead just like that, 6-4. 5:15 left in this opening quarter. They want to get out and run. Partinger, free throw line. He lost power. I'm still missing some. These are going to be off. It sucks. Hey, Kendra. We can try this again. We're all discombobulated. I'm missing one of ours, too. I know DeWeese just hit. Who hit the other one? I'm missing a lot. I got Gavin, but I'm missing a 2 for us and a 2 for them. I'll just have to go get it at the end of the quarter. Somehow. Well, our power got knocked out here at Butler County High School, but we're back with you. 3:27 left in this opening quarter. It's been quite the quarter. We don't have all the points right because we've been scrambling to get everything collected. We know the score on the scoreboard is 14-12. Butler County leading it here at home over Franklin Simpson. The Wildcats have possession with 3:20 left in the opening frame. Down low, Cole Scherer gets stuck, throws it to the opposite block. It gets deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with Franklin Simpson on the baseline. Wildcats got a triple while we were gone from Gavin Dickerson. Ty Price hit his first 3 of the night as well. It's 14-12 Butler County as Butler gets the inbound. Looks to Cambray in the corner, drives baseline, tries to seal off the defender, does so, and he's fouled trying a layup. So 2 free throws on the way for Cam Ray, who also hit a triple while we were gone. It's chaotic. It's been chaotic from the jump. If you missed the girls' game or our conversation with Coach Taylor, we're up in a perch behind the goal on the left side of the scorer's table as Cam misses the first free throw short. It's an awkward setup. Our power's a long way away from us, and our vantage point is quite an interesting one. But we're glad to be with you. Ray's second free throw, missed short as well. Got to convert on those opportunities when you get them, and here comes Butler County quickly the other way. Right side scoop layup through traffic, no good for Clauslin, and it's rebounded by Gavin Dickerson. Leaves it for Ray. Two defenders go in the air, and they call a travel on Cam. Two players jumped over Cam, but they say that he took steps trying to stop on the block, and now he's down. Looks like he's holding the right knee. Cam still being checked on. Now they're looking closer to the ankle rather than the knee. He's going to limp off the floor with help from Coach Spencer and Coach Lovin, to applause from both sides. Ja'Kai Partinger takes his place with 2:55 left in this first quarter. O.J. Gamble comes in, Gavin Dickerson out. Ty Price walks it up, guarded by McAllister. Gives it up at the top of the key to Weiss. Now it's handed off to Griffin, guarded by Butler. Back to Price. Takes the screen at the top of the key from Lawson Rice. Now gives it off into the corner into the hands of Briar Griffin again. Wraps it around the opposite corner. Step back look. Coughlin doesn't take the jumper. Instead leaves it for a right corner three for Briar Griffin, and he buries it. It's 17-12 Butler County. Partinger, right corner, Scherer. Wraps around the wing, now gives it to Butler up top. To Brody, left corner, OJ. Kai wants it on the elbow, can't get it to him. Instead it goes top of the key, Malik Butler. Right side, Scherer takes a screen from Butler. Pulls up from beyond the free throw line, missed badly off the right side. Kai with the board. His right elbow jumper misses short. Brody has another try. Now leaves it for Scherer. Left block, ripped away by Caslin. Up ahead, scoop pass to Rice, who tips it back midair to Ty Price for a triple. It's down. We mentioned how Franklin Simpson had to guard the three. Already 4 triples in the ball game for Butler County. Ty Price has 2 of them, and it's 20-12 Bears. It's a 30-second timeout from Coach Spencer, so we'll stay here. Cam Ray with 3. Gavin Dickerson has 5 to lead the way for FS. Ja'Kai Partinger had a quick 4. As the Wildcats will have to quickly get back out there. Ty Price has his 2 threes. You can add a 2-point jumper to that, so he's got 8 in total. Shout out to Aaron Talley for helping us track down everything we missed in the break. It's 20-12. We're fully operational, hopefully operational the rest of the way of this ball game. Been a little sloppy. Cats trail it by 8, 1:46 left opening quarter, and right now without the services of starting point guard Cam Ray, who left with a knee injury. Ty Price steals the inbound, and he's fouled trying a layup. He's got a chance already with these 2 free throws to get into double figures. Price, one of the best in the state at the stripe. 83%. As a team, they shoot 76%. That's ninth in Kentucky, but he leaves the first free throw short. Gavin Dickerson comes back in. Malik Butler out. Butler County has, as we predicted would be the case, stuck with their starting 5 the entirety of this first quarter. Price misses the second free throw too, but the offensive rebound is pulled down by DeWeese. Down low, Rice can't finish with the left hand, but his second try is good on the midair tip. He's got 6. Franklin Simpson cannot afford those second chance opportunities, and it's 22-12. 8-0 run now for Butler County. The pass is stolen by Rice. They tried to go cross-court to McAllister. And then Lawson Rice leans into Gavin Dickerson to force the contact and get the foul call. Smart play from the junior Rice. First on Gavin, second on Franklin. It'll be inbounded in front of the scorer's table by Lawson Rice. They work it onto the right wing to Briar Griffin. They try to go down low Rice, but an athletic interception by Gavin. Gives it off to Matthias. Up ahead, O.J. Gamble on the right block. Absorbs contact. They're not giving O.J. these calls. That time it doesn't matter as he finishes through it. Third time he's had a lot of contact on a layup as Ty Price fires a heat check three. Left it short. Good box outs everywhere as O.J. comes up with it. Left side, Matthias Dickerson flies inside. Layup over Ty Price. Missed. Tipped his board, but it goes out to Butler County. Near side, nearly lost by Caslin as he ran into the official, but got it back. They work it into the corner. Griffin didn't want the three, gets inside, leaves it underneath for DeWeese, can't finish the layup, and Matthias Dickerson has the board with 35 seconds left in the first quarter. Cats could really use a bucket here. Down by 8, 22-14. Jakai near side, lost it. Griffin picked his pocket. Goes opposite wing, Price, wild three missed, defended well by Brody that time. And then it's lost out of bounds in front of the Franklin Simpson bench. With 14.8 seconds left, it goes back to Butler. Some unforced turnovers have been killer. Rice into Ty Price. Takes a screen up top from Griffin, now holds it on the right wing. Pulls over Pardinger. Off the heel, no. Matthias with the board. Time to work with, 6 seconds. Matthias behind the back dribble. Deep right wing, steps over, fires a long three. It was right on line, but he left it short. We've played one. Butler County uses an 8-0 run to take an 8-point lead into the second quarter. 22-14 our score from Butler County High. You're listening to Franklin Simpson basketball on 92.3 WFKN. We can do a minute again here. After making 16 three-pointers last night against Edmonson County, Butler County on pace to do the same. They had 4 in the first quarter, lead at 22-14 over Franklin Simpson as we get the second 8 minutes underway. Left side, three-pointer fake. It was a nice feed from the wing. Griffin down low to Lawson Rice, but Rice just lost it out of bounds. And it goes back to Franklin Simpson. Good news for Wildcat fans. Starting point guard Cam Ray back in there after he went down with a knee injury earlier. And immediately Butler County went on a big run after he went out of the game. Ray gives it to O.J., starting 5 on the floor. Kai, the other guard, the Dickersons, the forwards. Cats got to break this pressure. They do with Ray. And now holds it between the circles. Left side, O.J. Gamble. Matthias Dickerson springs free for a left corner three, and he drills it. Every starter has scored now. Third three of the night for Franklin Simpson. They trail it by 5, 22-17. Couple of crossovers for Griffin as he gets inside. Now kicks it out for a right side three. Left short by Caslin, but another offensive rebound. Caslin gets his own miss, drives in, fouled by Matthias. That has been the killer so far for Franklin Simpson. Offensive rebounds. They gave one up off 2 missed free throws, 2 rare misses for Ty Price, an 83% free throw shooter. Gave one up there, and there have been multiple times where Butler County has had second opportunities, and more often than not, they've taken advantage. This is the Bears team that ranks 22nd in the state at 33 rebounds per game. They rank 9th in the state in free throw shooting, and they've missed their first 3 as Caslin misses the front end of these 2. He's an 87% shooter. 7:19 left, second quarter. Cats trail it by 5, 22-17. Ty Price leads everybody with his 8 for Butler County. Lawson Rice behind him with 6. Caslin misses the second as well. Rimmed all the way out, and it's rebounded by O.J. Gamble. Gamble, Ray, and Partinger pass it back and forth to break this full court pressure. They do to Kai, and now it comes left wing, Cam Ray. Guarded by Griffin up top, O.J. Gamble, crossover dribble. Gets into the lane, pulls up from 4 feet, and he knocks down the jumper. O.J.'s got 4. It's a 3-point game, 22-19. That's where the Cats can score. Get Lawson Rice out of the paint and go to work. Ty Price runs into traffic, fires it out in the corner. Now they work it around the perimeter. It's on the far wing in the hands of Griffin. Gets a screen from Rice, who wants it down low, matched up with Gamble. Has to instead give it off to DeWeese. Now they reset with Ty Price. He pulls 4 feet in front of half court and left the three-pointer short. Matthias Dickerson coming the other way. Gets inside and he's fouled. Or no. Oh, no, he made it. Matthias Dickerson somehow got that to go. That was another one again. I've said this a couple of times. It looked like initially the official pointed the other way, signaling that Matthias had done something. Matthias flipped that up so high. That's the second time tonight one has gone through, didn't touch the net, and because of our angle, we couldn't see it. He missed the free throw, though. The two-pointer makes it a 1-point game. Butler County has the ball, 22-21. Cats have opened this quarter on a 7-0 run as Matthias Dickerson made the layup, banked it in so pure from the opposite side of the court, we couldn't tell it went in. Gavin Dickerson nearly gets a steal on a pass to Rice. He pulls up from the elbow, missed it. Rebound tipped out. It's off of Butler County, and Franklin Simpson can take the lead here. Matthias with 5 in the quarter, OJ with 2. Neither side has made a free throw. Combined 0 for 7. Cats are 0 for 3 after that miss from Matthias. Butler 0 for 4. Though I can promise you that number for them is not going to hold. Cam Ray guarded by Ty Price. Drives to his right to get it into the front court. Bounce pass to Jakai on the elbow. Looks down low to Gavin Dickerson. It's nearly knocked away, but Gavin saves it to Kai. Thought about a 3, now gives it off to Matthias. Back into the corner, Gavin Dickerson, now right wing, Cam Ray. Left side, O.J. Gamble. They've got him isolated one-on-one with Caslin. Gets to his spot. Pulls from 7, gets the shooter's bounce, and Franklin Simpson has a 1-point lead on the back of this 9-0 run. Up top, Griffin drives in, spins off of Gamble, drops it off to a baseline cutting Caslin, who floats it in for 2 to give Butler County the lead. 24-23, they end the Franklin Simpson scoring run at 9. Ray up top, Gavin Dickerson guarded by Rice. To Jakai Partinger. He's got a clean look from the right wing, missed it off the right side, and Rice has the board. Leaves it for Ty Price, and he wants to push in transition. Left side, gets around Gamble, tried to drop it off for Rice, but it's stolen away. Here comes O.J. off the behind-the-back dribble, holds it up deep left wing. Working on Caslin, a lot of contact out there on the perimeter. Spins to his left, gets inside, goes up between 2 defenders and draws the foul. We'll see who they get it on. It's the first on Caslin. If it was on Rice, it would have been his second. Butler County's finally going to make their first substitution. They've got a series of players off the bench that average exactly 0.8 points per game. As O.J. makes the first free throw to tie this game up. I bring that up because one of those players is number 3, Clayton DeWeese, 6-foot junior. He's averaging 0.8 to go along with 1.4 boards. As Butler County goes to their bench early, O.J. makes both free throws. He's got 6 in the quarter, 8 for the game. He'll check out here. Gets a huge high five from Coach Spencer. Cole Scherer comes in. Brody McAllister in as well as Matthias checked out. Franklin Simpson up 25-24. 4:50 left in this second quarter. Left elbow Rice guarded by Gavin Dickerson. Leaves it at the top of the key for Trevor DeWeese. Now it goes into the hands of Griffin, guarded by McAllister. Jabs right a couple of times. Works to his left, step back. Pulls up from a foot off the free throw line, missed it, and a foul call underneath on the rebound as Clayton DeWeese went over the back to try to tip it. Third foul of the quarter on Butler County. Malik Butler comes in, Gavin Dickerson out. Coach Spencer rotating his guys, trying to keep those starters fresh as Butler County's going to run theirs into the ground. Matthias swings it over right side to Brody, now gets it back. Franklin's taking their time breaking this pressure. Nice no-look pass to Cole to break it this time. He holds it at the top of the key. Needs a guard to get it to. He's double teamed now sends it over to Malik instead in the corner. Down low, Cole. Thought about a 10-foot jumper. Instead, it goes back out to Malik. Driving left, spins right, flips one up left, the layup short, and then committed the foul, wrapping around Rice to try to take it away off the board. We've seen that spin move a couple of times now from Malik Butler. Second foul called on Franklin Simpson this quarter. 4:10 left before halftime. Cats lead at 25-24. Ty Price, far wing, gets past Cam Ray. Inside, left-handed layup, missed long. Put back no good from Trevor DeWeese, and Butler has the board. Off to Ja'Kai Partinger. Crossover dribble. He gets in the front court with momentum. Hesitates on the elbow. Kicks it out. Scherer now up top Ray, and they'll set up the offense. Wants a screen from Scherer. Gets it on the right side. Cam thought about a three. Skip pass down low. Scherer finishes over the 6'7" outstretched arm of Rice. First bench points for FS. They lead it by 3, 27-24. Rice hands it off at the top of the key to Griffin. Now a kick out into the corner. Trevor DeWeese drives in. Layup through 2 defenders. No good, and a strong board from Cole. To Ja'Kai Partinger, who now leaves it for Cam. 3:20 left before halftime. Ray into the corner to McAllister. Gets a screen from Cam. Stops at the elbow. Up, under, and in. It laid up on the rim for a good 2 seconds and then finally fell through. 29-24. How about those Cats? They've already scored 15 in the quarter. Down low, Rice. He was tied up. They didn't call it. And instead, I think they're going to get a foul on the layup try. That's the wrong call. Franklin Simpson had tied him up. It was McAllister that got a hand on it. Instead, they get a foul on Cole. It's his first, and it'll be 2 free throws for Lawson Rice. The big man who's a 77% shooter at the line. The first of these 2 good, and Butler County breaks their dry spell at the line. And overall, just the 3rd point they've scored in this second quarter. Franklin Simpson have put up 15. Matthias and Gavin come back in. Cam and Ja'Kai out. As Rice will have another free throw. And it's perfect. 8 points now for Lawson Rice. 29-26 is the Franklin Simpson lead. Under 3 minutes left before halftime. OJ driving right side, spins back to his left, now kicks it out. McAllister, wide open left wing 3. Pure. Brody's got 5. It's 32-26 Franklin Simpson. They've made 4 threes now. Down low, ball is lost on the baseline by Clayton DeWeese, and Brody's up with it. Cats lead at 32-26. McAllister crossover dribble, gets around Price. Matthias Dickerson. If this hits, they're going crazy. They're going crazy because it hits. 35-26 Franklin Simpson. They've scored 21 in the quarter, and we've still got 2:28 left until halftime. Wow. They've outscored Butler County in this quarter, 21-4. 2 points for Justin Caslin, 2 points at the line for Lawson Rice. Ty Price had 8 points and a couple of threes in the opening quarter of this game. He has not scored since that opening quarter. A C-A-T-S, Cats, chant breaking out now from the Franklin Simpson contingent, which, as you know, is always a good one. As we'll get back underway, Case Hooten is in for the first time for Butler County. They leave Rice and Ty Price on the floor. Caslin in there with Briar Griffin as well. Rice has it right wing. They give it up to Griffin on the elbow. Turns, fires over Malik, no good, but Rice gets the offensive rebound. And they're going to say that he was fouled on this putback try. He tried a couple of them, didn't get either of them to go. But he'll get 2 free throws. It's tough for Franklin to do anything with big Lawson Rice. I'd say you're content to let him be the one to beat you, but Russellville tried that route, and he put up a season-high 31 points and 19 rebounds. So I don't know if that's the most sound strategy. As the first free throw falls, give Rice 9. That's now a team high. Gavin in, Cole out. 35-27 is the Franklin Simpson lead as it stands. 2:12 left in this opening half. Second free throw for Rice is perfect. He's made all 4 of his. They're 4 for 8 as a team. As Ray and Jakai come in, that puts the starting 5 on the floor for FS. Cam, Kai, OJ, Matthias, and Gavin. Jakai Partinger is the one to get the inbound, guarded by Price. Right-handed dribble, hands it to Cam Ray. They're going to have to work to get this across in time. Ray is picked up by Hooten, and he does break the press, gets inside two, doesn't go outside. He got away with the walk, and now whistle blows for a foul. Cam took about 4 steps on that one. I don't know how he got by with it. They get the foul called on Hooten, and they're even going to say Cam was in the act of shooting. So he'll have 2 free throws. Missed a couple in the first quarter, 68% shooter on the year. Franklin was 11 for 19 against Logan County as Cam knocks down the first of these 2. They were 0 for 2 in the first quarter. Now 3 for 3 in the second quarter. Cam second, all the way around twice and down. Give him 5. 37-28 is the Franklin Simpson lead. Price, deep right side 3, contested well by Cam, who came out to close the gap immediately, and it's missed short. O.J. Gamble, right side, spins back to his left, got caught up inside, lost it between the legs of the defender, Caslin, and they'll say that he touched it last on the baseline. 1:44 left, opening half, 37-28, Franklin Simpson leads Butler County. Ray to inbound, Matthias flares open off a couple of screens. Instead, they try to go down low, O.J., and it's kicked back out of bounds by Hooten. Case Hooten, a 5'9 junior. He's in that 0.8 point per game club. Didn't score against Edmonson County. As Ray looks to inbound again, goes to Gavin on the block, working on Rice. Picks up his dribble, goes outside Matthias. Fakes the 3, now pulls it back on the wing. Wants to get it to Cam, can't do it. They need to set up their offense here with 1.5 minutes left. Instead, it goes to Gavin in the corner. Now up top, O.J. Gamble. Left side, Jakai into the corner, Matthias Dickerson. Cam gets it on the block, fakes 2 defenders in the air, shovels it out. O.J. Gamble fakes a 16-footer, takes a 14-footer, missed it long. Jakai tried to tip it up and in, missed the first one, jumped right back up in midair, got the putback to go. Kai's got 6. It's a double-digit lead. Price springs open, fadeaway 3 from the top of the key is perfect. Their first triple of the quarter, Ty Price now has 11. You cannot give him an inch of space. He's already made 3 threes in the ball game. Cam gets inside again, leaves it on the baseline. Gavin Dickerson, he wants to answer with a 3. Missed it long, and it's rebounded by Briar Griffin. 50 seconds left to work with for Butler County. They try to go down low to Rice. He fell down, though, and Kai is up with the steal. To Gavin, has it poked away, and it's out of bounds down low. They'll stay with Franklin Simpson. 43 seconds left. They'll inbound underneath the Butler County basket with an 8-point lead, 39-31. Getting this lead back to double digits going into halftime would do wonders. Kai gets the inbound, now gives it to Cam Ray, defended again by Hooten. Gives it over to Kai. Tried to go into the corner, Matthias. It's tipped, and Matthias still fighting for it, able to save it out to Jakai Partinger. Now Cam Ray holds it at that BC logo at midcourt. Down low, Gavin Dickerson. They lost him for a moment, but he swings it right back out to Cam Ray. Now right side, O.J. Gamble. 20 seconds left in the half. O.J. spins out on the wing, picks up his dribble, gives it to Cam. 15 seconds left to work with. Guarded by Hooten. They bring the double team. Cam runs right around it. Matthias Dickerson is all alone in the right corner for a 3. Missed it. Far side rebound collected by Price. Guarded by Gamble. Down the sideline. Had it poked away from behind. And we're going to get a foul on the floor. They call it on Price. That should be. We'll see if they grant the free throws because of a loose ball foul. Sometimes they tend to go in the route of free throws. Sometimes they don't in that case. Both teams are in the bonus. And they are, it looks like, going to give Cam Ray 2 free throws. At least he thinks so. He's headed to the free throw line. And it is going to be 2 free throws for Cam Ray. I've seen cases where loose ball fouls, they give free throws, and now I think they're going to change their mind. Cam Ray was set up to take the free throws. The official was going to take it over there. Instead, Matthias Dickerson will inbound in front of the Franklin Simpson bench. They've got 1.8 seconds to work with, just beyond half court. Gets it into Malik at the 3-point line, pulls for a long 2 and nearly banked it in, but he missed it long. The Wildcats scored 25 in the second quarter, but more importantly, they give up just 9. 39-31. Franklin Simpson leads at halftime over Butler County, but these Bears, man, they're dangerous. The job nowhere near finished. 8-point lead at the break for the Cats. We'll get you all the stats right after this. We'll also look back on the win for the Lady Cats in the opening game of the night as they ran away with one over the Lady Bears of Butler County. Again, your score at halftime, 39-31. Franklin Simpson leads it over Butler County. You're listening to Wildcat Basketball on 92.3 WFKN. All right, let's do 3 minutes here. You want to do the halftime with me? Yeah, help me catch my breath.
Still haven't started the halftime clock.
They did that last time, too.
Why can't this count as part of the 10 minutes?
I feel like while they do that, they should let us go shoot for two. Should be crowd participation.
From up here.
Yeah. Back here with you from Butler County High School. We're at the break, 39-31. Franklin Simpson leads over the Butler County Bears, the third-ranked team in the area by the Bowling Green Daily News. Franklin Simpson, number 6 in that poll that came out on Monday. Tyler Eaton joined in this halftime break by Aaron Talley, who not only runs everything for Channel 9, gets it all going, which, Aaron, you probably, I mean, maybe, I feel like I've been inflating you guys up a little bit over the last couple of games, but I feel with so much gratefulness for the fact that I survey and we look around the landscape, and it really hit during the two-way when we're up there and no schools were able to do the broadcast, and we get back here and we get back into the flow, and just how special it is that Franklin Simpson has all these live broadcasts for games. And I'll say this, Aaron Talley, it's been a pretty darn good game to have a live broadcast for, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. As one of our former WKU coaches said, making jump shots covers a multitude of sins. And the Wildcats were able to do that there in the first half and really slow down Butler County. But, you know, the Wildcats played good defense, but also Butler County just took some really tough shots there.
You could tell they reached
half.
a point in that second quarter where they were tired, that they were stuck on those 2 points they had and started to force up some shots. Ty Price with 11 points, but he's had to earn those. Had 8 points in the first quarter, 3 in the second. He's made 3 of their 5 triples. For reference, he's averaging 28 points per game on the season, making over 4 threes per game. I said coming in, the last thing you want to do is make it a 3-point shooting contest if you're Franklin Simpson against Butler County. I kind of look silly because both teams have made 5 threes up to this point. Couple from Matthias Dickerson. He's got 8. O.J. Gamble has 8 points as well. Brody McAllister got in there. He hit a 3. Cam Ray hit a triple. The Cats didn't slow down after that opening quarter where the struggles could have got to them. They were down 22-14, came out just dominated in the second quarter. And, Aaron, I'm kind of with you where a lot of that was because of the Franklin Simpson defense, and the offensive execution was really good too, but certainly some questionable shot selection, which can happen for a Butler County team with as good as they shoot it at times. They can just get away with that because they go in.
Yeah, and it seemed like the Franklin Simpson shots were more in rhythm.
Yes.
Their shots were off good passes, and whereas the Butler County shots seemed more off the dribble, contested shots that weren't necessarily in the rhythm of the offense.
As the clock here for halftime still hasn't started, it's still stuck on 10 minutes. If nothing else, we might set a record for longest halftime show of the season here. Taking a look at the rest of the numbers, Ty Price with 11. Lawson Rice has 10. The 6'7 junior forward, he's really been the biggest issue for Franklin Simpson because of that size. Has had several rebounds, several offensive rebounds to create second chances. All 4 of those free throws came in second chance opportunities. 5 points for Briar Griffin, 2 points for Dustin Caslin, 3 for Trevor DeWeese. To absolutely no surprise, all of the points for Butler County coming from their starting 5. I've said this a couple of times throughout the broadcast. Their starting 5 scores 96% of their points. Unfortunately for Butler County, none of that starting 5 in foul trouble. 4 of them have 1 foul, but none of them picked up a second. On the other side, we mentioned Matthias and OJ with their 8 points apiece. Ja'Kai Partinger with 6 early on, and then 5 apiece for Cam, Gavin, and Brody. 2 points for Cole Scherer in this ball game. And Aaron, it feels like it's been to a big advantage for Franklin Simpson, and we'll see if this pays off more in the second half, that they've been able to use that depth and rotate so many guys in to continually have fresh legs to be able to apply so much pressure on defense.
And with especially how fast Butler County wants to play, if Franklin can rotate in those guys and stay fresh, then that could be a big key in the second half.
It's a good thing I asked you to come on for this halftime show as they just now start the clocks, because I'm going to need some help filling this time. But it helps when we're coming off a 68-18 win on the girls' side. Lady Cats hold Butler County to 1 point in the first quarter of that game. And as I referenced, this is a Butler County team on the girls' side that had only been held under 40 twice. One of those times was last night when they scored 39 and still beat Edmonson County. They score 18 tonight, not just a season low by far for them, but the least points Franklin Simpson has allowed in any game this season. And it's amazing to watch that girls squad, Aaron, because every time I start to think, oh, they're getting close to their ceiling, it seems like they completely reinvent what their ceiling can be.
Yeah, and if you were a Franklin fan or a fan in general who doesn't keep up with high school basketball, you might think Butler County must be one of the worst teams in the area.
Right.
But they're 12. I think they were 12-8 on the season.
They're 12-8 coming in. They had been on a great winning streak, knocked off Edmonson County. By that, the top team in their district.
Yeah.
And had been playing really, really good basketball. Just ran into a Franklin Simpson team that's turned into a juggernaut.
It was almost like the Wildcats on defense, much less their offensive success.
Yeah.
On defense, if they wanted to steal the ball, they were going to steal it.
Absolutely.
Or force a turnover. There was nothing that Butler County could do to kind of go against that Wildcat defense.
Nothing going offensively. Couldn't get into any kind of rhythm. Again, just 1 point in the opening quarter of that game. 46 halftime points, the most that we've seen in a half for the Lady Cats this season. And I think that's one thing where they kind of get knocked around the state, is because, one, they don't have the eye test, and number 2, a lot of people only see the final score from these games and they think, oh, well, they only scored 68 in this case, or if you go back to the game last night, only scored 64. Franklin Simpson, and I referenced this in the pregame, coming into this game, in this stretch of games since the 2A, they've been averaging nearly 60 points per game in the first 3 quarters.
Yep.
Tonight they score 59 in the first 3 quarters. And Aaron, I said this to people around the region because those polls were coming out, and we saw, I'm sure you noticed this too, in the first maybe 2 months of the year, it took a long time for Franklin Simpson to jump up to number 1 in that area poll. And I told anybody, you just got to come watch this team. And if you watch them play for a quarter, you will know that they should be the favorite in this region.
So my very first year, or my sophomore year of high school, I started working for Coach Clark and the boys team doing stats, kind of like Donnie Metter over at Allen County. And that was the year that the girls basketball team made the state final team. And for people who weren't around Franklin then, they might not understand it or see it. But I see so many similarities. I'm not saying they're going to go to the state final, but in the way that they play, and it's just demoralizing to teams.
Yes.
They can't even get the ball across half court. And just the fans for the other teams are just out of it. I mean, we had a 36-point lead, 10 minutes of game time into the game.
They could have started the running clock halfway through the second quarter.
Yeah, and it's just I don't know how you prepare or plan for that when your team can't even get the ball close to take a field goal shot.
Well, and I think another thing that plays into that, you mentioned completely taking the other team's crowd out of a game, and the Wildcats have really leaned onto this half of it. This crowd travels, and it doesn't matter where they have to travel to. They are going to make that crowd, at worst, a 50-50, and they've been loud here tonight. Thankfully had a lot to cheer for these Wildcats, and as we know, there's a big job to be finished, but it helps when you've got a contingent like this. Butler County, to their credit, there's a lot of buzz around this boys basketball program right now. It's one that didn't have the richest history. They had struggled a little bit. Coach Dockery's found something over the last couple of years with this squad, but they're in a hole right now. 39-31, Franklin Simpson leads it. The Wildcats and Lady Cats will be back in action on Friday. District doubleheader against Russellville. Final games of the year, at least in the regular season, against the Russellville Lady Panthers of Franklin Simpson. Finishes business as we assume they will. They'll see Russellville again in the opening round of the 13th District Tournament. Then a game that I referenced on the girls' side, the Lady Cats have had circled on the calendar, I assume from the moment the schedule came out. Barron County coming to town, the preseason favorites alongside Bowling Green in the 4th region. Embarrassed the Lady Cats if you go back to last year. And there are really two games that I've heard this team talk about because, Aaron, we wanted to hype the heck out of the Bowling Green game. They're like, no, that's not really the one we're looking forward to. The first one on the list was going back to the 2A championship and avenging what happened in the opening round of that tournament. The other one, Barron County. And that's been a team that's been kind of wishy-washy this year. They've got Katie Murphy back. It's going to be a different team with her back in the lineup. But as you know from being around sports for so long, I don't know if there's anything that can be more dangerous to a team that could very easily get complacent with how well they played and the way they've been steamrolling opponents than still finding a way to be hungry and still having something to play for.
Yeah, I don't think you were at that game last year, but it was at Barron County, but it was kind of reminiscent of this game tonight, the Lady Cats game tonight, but the roles were reversed.
Yeah.
The Lady Cats couldn't make a shot. They kept turning it over. Barron County scored at will. And I don't remember the final score, but I know that the Lady Cats have that final score posted in the locker room and in their minds, just as a reminder, because, beating Bowling Green was the first hurdle.
Yep.
Beating Barron is the next hurdle. And then the third hurdle is hopefully that region championship at Diddle. So the Lady Cats still have a lot to work towards this season.
Everything builds towards a trip to Lexington for the Lady Cats. Another stop on that tour comes Tuesday night. Going to be a big doubleheader. I mentioned we don't know how things are going to shake out in this game, but Franklin Simpson can find a way to hold on and beat this Butler County team. We'll have probably a top 5 matchup in that area, top 10 from the Daily News, but still work to be done. 39-31 is the Wildcat lead over Butler County. Aaron, this worked out very well. Thank you for hopping on for our halftime. I'll let you get back to your usual duties.
I ran the computer for the girls' game. Now I'm just supervising. So
well, you're doing a fantastic job with both of them. LJ hasn't skipped a beat over there.
No, he hasn't. He's doing a good job.
That's Aaron Talley hopping on here with us again. A big thank you to him and all of his student crew that makes things happen on Channel 9. We were totally reliant on that for our broadcast on Monday because of everything going on with the outages around the square. It's always good to be able to go back, watch the broadcast, line it up with the audio. It's a great time to reflect on Wildcats and Lady Cats games. And tonight the Wildcats are hoping to make it 2 wins that we can reflect on, but they got to finish business. 39-31, the Wildcats lead it at the break over Butler County. We're back with the second half of action right after this on 92.3 WFKN. Let's do 2 minutes. I said I was going to switch up how I say that, and I think all I did was leave out the word here. I tell you, it's robotic. Well, thank you. That makes me feel a little better. I remember that. But see, I get too wrapped up because I remember when I was doing it, I wouldn't know if 2 meant like 2 spots or 2 minutes. So then in my mind, I'm always like, I've got to say the time. Hey, that's my producer brain. Back with you here at Butler County High School. We've got about 20 seconds left before we get to the second half of action. Franklin Simpson leads at 39-31 at the break. The Wildcats will start the second half with possession against a Butler County team that you can never count out. They average 77 points per game on the season, an explosive team from three-point range. So still work to be done both on offense and on defense. The Cats coming off a 25-point second quarter. Cam Ray gets the inbound in the backcourt, and we're underway, guarded by Ty Price. Wildcats have their starters on the floor. Cam, Kai, OJ, Matthias, and Gavin on the other side. Caslin, Griffin, Price, Rice, and Deweese are the forwards as Kai pulls with a right elbow jumper, missed it short, and Griffin chases down the rebound. Then we get a foul away from the ball. I think they're going to call it on OJ. He was tangled up with Caslin. First foul on Gamble. Franklin crowd doesn't like it. I didn't see who started that exchange, but OJ did a good job of de-escalating and just backing away from it. Watching Chloe Smith talk down in the crowd, she seems to very much think that should have been a foul against Butler County. Down low, Lawson Rice gets away from Matthias Dickerson, who gambled trying to tip the pass, couldn't get it. Rice lays it in. He's now got 12, and the lead is down to 6. Up top, Gavin Dickerson defended by Rice. Now it goes right corner, O.J. Gamble. Uses a screen from Gavin. Now spins back right, gets inside, missed the layup short, got caught under the basket. Here comes Rice the other way. Leaves it up top. Three-pointer faked by Griffin. Gets inside. Runs over a player. No call either way. Gavin Dickerson gets back up. And they call a charge. Gavin drew the charge after he fell down, popped right back up to his feet, and then absorbed the contact. Caslin thought he had an and one. One official pointed to the other, and then he took the charge call. Huge swing call in this game. Ray brings it front court, guarded by Ty Price. And to make him work defensively to exert some of that energy, Ray gets inside, fakes the pass. Scoop layup missed. Wild shot rebounded by Caslin. A little out of control to start this second half offensively as Griffin drives, and they're going to get a foul on Cam trying to poke it away from behind. First on Cam, second of the quarter on Franklin Simpson. 39-33 is the Wildcat lead. Price will inbound on the baseline. He's got 11. Lawson Rice leads them with his 12. Matthias Dickerson and O.J. Gamble lead Franklin Simpson with 8 apiece. Top of the key, Griffin. They try to spring Price open off a screen. Franklin Simpson switches it. Instead, Griffin drives in, and another charge drawn. This one by Cam Ray. Second foul on Briar Griffin. 6:30 now left in the quarter. Cats have drawn a couple of charges in the third. to keep their lead at 6. Left elbow, O.J. Gamble. It goes out to Cam Ray. He's got an open look from the right corner. Left it short, and Ty Price has the board. Bears want to run. Price, full head of steam. Gets momentum, lost the ball on the block. Gets it back. Throws up a runner over Ray. Missed long, tipped back out. It's another opportunity. Jumper, though, is missed by Griffin. And then Gavin stepped on the baseline trying to secure the board. Sloppy start to the second half for the Cats. They haven't scored in nearly 2 minutes. Griffin will inbound. Guarded by Kai, doing a great job. Finally, it comes into Rice. He's got the mismatch against Ray, and Cam can't do anything about it. Leads down to 4, 39-35. Rice has all 4 in the quarter for Butler County. Cam brings it front court, guarded by Griffin. Now hands it off to Gavin Dickerson. To O.J. Nearly walked with it. They say it was tipped. Scoops one up with the left hand, doesn't get the bounce, and it's rebounded by Griffin. They can make it a one-possession lead here. Price, top of the key, pulls over O.J. Left it short. Matthias fighting for the board. Took steps with it, but they'll say he was fouled before, and they get the foul on Trevor DeWeese. His second, third of the quarter on Butler County. We've had a lot more fouls here in the third quarter than we did in either the first or the second. Now 3 players with 2 for Butler County. As Matthias will walk it up left wing. Defended by DeWeese. Leaves it off in the corner for Gamble. Now up top, Gavin Dickerson. Gavin walks to the midcourt logo, hands it off to Ja'Kai Partinger. Now outside Matthias. Fakes a 3, looking at Trevor DeWeese. Back to the top of the key, Gavin, and he hands it off to O.J. Gamble. Defended by Castle. Right wing Partinger, ball stuck on the perimeter right now for Franklin Simpson. Matthias cuts, gets it on the block, but 4 defenders there, and they poke it away. Numbers the other way for Butler County. Rice gets away, but Gavin knocks it away from behind. Out of bounds on the baseline, Butler will inbound. 4:57 left in the third quarter. Franklin still looking for their first points of the second half. Looking a lot more like the first quarter than the second, as whistle blows. Not going to make a call here. It looks like Griffin was getting into it with Ja'Kai Partinger defending the inbound. Now they go and talk to Lawson Rice down low, guarded by Matthias Dickerson. It comes in the corner finally to Caslin. They go down low to Rice, working on Matthias, spins right, can't finish the layup, but the tip goes in for DeWeese. He's got 5, and it's a 2-point game. O.J. nearly loses the inbound on the baseline, being hounded, and just have to throw it off the body of Caslin, but he'll say that it deflected off of O.J., and it stays with Butler County. They can tie or take the lead here. And Ja'Kai Partinger, I think, just got teed up. Was pleading his case on the call. Oh no, they tee up O.J. That was a late tech against O.J., who argued the call. He firmly did not believe that ball hit him. They tee him up for the argument. Kai had come in. I thought they called it on Kai, but Kai maybe came in late to try to de-escalate and get O.J. out of there. Ty Price will take the technical free throws and gets the first one to go after it bounced twice on the front of the rim. It's a 1-point game for now, 39-38, 4:41 frozen in this third quarter. Franklin Simpson has not scored in the frame. Second free throw perfect. And we're tied up. 8 unanswered for Butler County. And they'll keep the ball after the technical foul. Ty Price gets the inbound, now walks it across half court, defended by Cam Ray. Right wing into the hands of Griffin. He's got 5 so far. Now they go left side, Rice, defended by Matthias Dickerson. Hands it off to Caslin. They go back down low, Rice. He's been the answer. Double team, kick out, Caslin, all alone, triple. Off the front of the rim, no. Ja'Kai Partinger pulls down the board. And Coach Spencer waves him forward, tells him to get out and try and run. Does so, defended well, though, by Griffin. Now gives it to Gavin up top. Brody McAllister into the ball game, gets it right wing. They brought him in for O.J. Cam gets inside, spins, fakes, gives it off to Ja'Kai. He throws up a floater. That misses, but Cam gets an offensive board over Ty Price. Outside, Matthias Dickerson thought about a 3, now goes into the corner, Gavin. Working right side, gets in. Up top, dribble, Leaves it underneath for Kai, and it's knocked out of bounds. And Coach Binster's going to take a timeout. It's a full. We'll take one as well. Cats struggling to piece anything together offensively in this third quarter. They've yet to score, and we're tied up at 39 apiece with 3:47 left in the third quarter. You're listening to Franklin Simpson Basketball on 92.3 WFKN. Let's do a 30. We said at halftime, the job was nowhere near done. That is proven true and then some. It was 39-31, Franklin Simpson leading Butler County at the break. Now just over halfway through this third quarter, we're tied up at 39 apiece. Franklin Simpson yet to score with 3:47 left in the third frame. Cats will inbound underneath. Out of the timeout, it comes into Gavin Dickerson on the block, working on Rice. Outside, Cam Ray, defended by Griffin, uses a screen from Gavin, gets right side, between the legs, dribble, caught in the corner, now gives it back to Gavin. Sets him a screen, he gets down low, gets the layup to go, avoided the contest from behind by Rice. Gavin now has 7, Franklin's up by 2, 41-39. Ty Price leaves it out on the perimeter for Griffin, driving left side, underneath, Lawson Rice. Gavin has to come in and foul to prevent the easy layup. Second on Gavin. 2 more free throws for Lawson Rice, who is already 4 for 4. As a team, they started 0 for 4, and now they've made their last 6. First of these 2 left short. There's the old broadcaster's jinx for you. Ja'Kai Partinger comes out. Cole Scherer back in. Cole with 2, Brody with 5. Those 2 have all the bench points. They're both in right now with Cambray, Matthias, and Gavin Dickerson. Second free throw good for Lawson Rice. He's got 15. The lead is 1 for Franklin Simpson, 41-40. Butler County still applying that full court man-to-man pressure as Cam is bumped. They'll get the foul on Griffin, and that's his 3rd. Both teams now with 4, so each in the bonus for the final 3:17 of this third quarter. Coach Dockery not going to make any changes. I don't know if we'll see a bench player for them for the rest of the game. Matthias gets into the backcourt to Cam, being defended again by Griffin. Dribbles it in the left hand across half court, gives it off to Scherer on the wing. Wraps to his right to the top of the key, seals off the defender and hands it off to Gavin Dickerson, defended by Rice. Wanted to give it to McAllister, couldn't. Goes into the corner, Matthias. Cole pops out to get it on the elbow, defended by Ty Price. Loops through 2 defenders, lost it on the drive, and Ty Price is up with it. Price gets around Gavin Dickerson, hesitates, right wing, fires it to the left block. Layup is good and 1. Butler County has the lead on the score from Caslin. And that's the 3rd foul against Cole. Ja'Kai Partinger, Malik Butler in, Matthias Dickerson, Cole Scherer out. Butler County back in front for the first time since about halfway through the second quarter. And Caslin's free throw is perfect. 43-41, Butler County leads it. They've outscored Franklin Simpson 12-2 in this third quarter. Boy, it's been a game of runs. Ray crossover dribble, trying to get around Griffin, can't do it. Gets inside, throws up a wild layup and got it to go over 2 defenders. Cam's now got 7. We're tied up at 43. Price, right side, hesitates off a screen, gets baseline, defended by Brody, lost the ball. They're going to say McAllister touched it last. Another call the Cats don't like, but it'll stay with Butler County. Griffin to inbound. Cannot lose Ty Price. Ja'Kai defending it. Ty sets the screen, now pops out of the wing. They did lose him. Wraps into the corner for a 3, and he buries it. 46-43 Butler County. Gavin gets the inbound, trying to seal off Rice. Now leaves it for Ja'Kai Partinger. Gets around Price into the front court, but then Price knocked it away from behind, and they call him for a foul. He didn't disagree with it. So it'll be 2 free throws for Ja'Kai Partinger. After the third foul is called against Ty Price. So he and Griffin now each with 3. Kai's first free throw left short. Cats now 4 for 8 at the line. Ja'Kai normally an excellent free throw shooter, 79% on the season. That's the best on the team. And we get a lane violation before he makes this one against Gavin. Kai had made the free throw, but Gavin committed a lane violation. So it's still a 3-point game. Here comes Ty Price the other way. Uses a couple of screens, now flips it over on the right side to Griffin. Gets inside, spins, kicks out Rice, drives right at Butler, picks it up on the block, flips it to Trevor DeWeese, and his 6-foot jumper is perfect. They're clicking. It's 48-43. Ray has it right corner. Looks to Gavin and gets it to him. Now on the far side, Ja'Kai, nice step back move, had a wide open jumper but missed it. Clapped after it because he knew he should have made it. Here comes Ty Price the other way. Gets into the lane. Wild runner, and Gavin snatch blocked it, took it out of the air, but they call a foul. I don't know if it's going to be against Gavin or Brody. Gavin looks at the official and goes, was that on me? And it was. He thought there was no way that that foul was going to be against him. I thought maybe it was against Brody for the help. But instead they do get it on Gavin Dickerson. That's his third. And Ty Price will get 2 more free throws. He's 2 for 4 today, but he's made his last 2. He's got 16 points. And he misses this free throw as well. Again, on the season, an 83% free throw shooter. As Gavin comes out, Matthias back in. Cats trail it by 5. Dire straits right now. Price, second free throw, perfect. He's got 17. Butler County leads by 6 as we get a push called. And if that's against Price, that's his 4th. Believe it will be. That is. That's Ty Price's 4th foul. It'll be 2 free throws as well for Ja'Kai Partinger, who just missed one and then had a lane violation against Gavin on the second. Again, I don't think that Butler County is going to make a substitution the rest of this game unless they're forced to. And even with Price having 4, Coach Dockery doesn't see that as being forced to as Kai buries the free throw. I would go with Ty Price the rest of the game if I'm Franklin Simpson offensively. But before that, Butler County is going to take a timeout. 1:26 left, third quarter. 49-44, Franklin Simpson leads it with another free throw awaiting Ja'Kai Partinger after the break. You're listening to Wildcat Basketball on 92.3 WFKN. We can do a minute on this one. Do you think they'll throw us a shirt, Aaron? No, they ran out of shirts. Dang it. Ja'Kai Partinger stands at the line for Franklin Simpson, firing up the second of 2 free throws, and he makes it to cut the Butler County lead down to 49-45 with 1:20 left in the third quarter after Franklin Simpson was up by 8 at halftime. Ball's in the hands right corner of Briar Griffin, goes up top to Justin Caslin. Drives around Brody McAllister and gets an easy layup. Cats couldn't get there to help in time. Caslin's got 5 in the quarter, 7 for the game. Lead is back out to 6. Now under a minute left in this third quarter. O.J. Gamble guarded by Ty Price. He's got 4 fouls. As McAllister has it far wing, now up top, Ja'Kai Pardinger. Brody has it deep on the wing. Corner, Matthias Dickerson. Wide open look for 3. It's off the heel, no. Malik fighting for the board. Tipped it. Price saved it, but it's right to O.J. Gamble. Working on Rice. Gets inside, but has the spinning jumper swatted away. Now Rice and Gamble tied up, and the arrow will send it to Butler County. The Butler County faithful, for some reason, wanted a foul. That wasn't any contact from either guy. That was the right call. And the Bears will keep the ball with 34 seconds left in the quarter as Cam Ray and Gavin Dickerson come in. Price will get the inbound. He's defended by O.J. Gamble. Gives it up at the top of the key. Rice, Cats going man-to-man right now. Up top into the hands of Griffin. Got inside, then tried to kick it out. It was deflected. Ended up with Caslin, who gets inside again, and he's fouled on a layup try by Cam Ray. Oh, no, they get it on Kai. Either way, it's 2 free throws for Caslin, who has really been strong as of late. He makes the first of these 2 free throws, averaging 17 points per game over his last 7, scored in double figures in all of them. Before that stretch, it only scored in double figures twice. He's got 8 so far tonight, and you can make it 9 as the second free throw falls. 53-45, the lead is 8 for Butler County. Gamble gives it to Pardinger, now gets it back. 15 seconds left to work with in the quarter. They've got to get it across half court. Gamble puts it on the floor himself. Gets inside, now pulls it out to the top of the key. 6 seconds left. Double team. Far side. Kai into the corner. Gavin fakes a 3, steps into a mid-range jumper, and it's pure through 2 defenders. Gavin's got 9, and that was a huge bucket to quell some of the momentum. But after they scored 25 in the second quarter, Franklin Simpson, with just 8 in the third, Butler County puts up a 22-piece, and they lead at 53-47 over the Wildcats as we head into the fourth quarter. It's going to be a dandy of a final 8 minutes. Don't go anywhere. We're back after this on 92.3 WFKN. We can do a minute again. Actually, make that 30. They started that clock pretty early. Back here at Butler County High School as we get set to start the fourth and final quarter of this ball game. Franklin Simpson trailing 53-47 after they led 39-31 at halftime. It took the Cats, it was a lot like the second quarter of the Logan County game last night, where Franklin Simpson didn't score for the first 4.5 minutes of that quarter. Didn't quite take them that long, but just couldn't get anything going offensively. Finally got a late surge there and was able to hold this lead down to 6 for Butler County. As we get underway, it's Cats ball. O.J. Gamble thought about a free throw line jumper, lost the ball, now retrieves it in the corner. Outside, Ja'Kai Pardinger hands it off to Cam Ray. It's the starting 5 on the floor, so Cam, Kai, O.J., Matthias, and Gavin. Gavin wanted it on the right elbow. They don't get it to him. Instead, it goes to Ja'Kai Pardinger deep on the left wing. Kai picks up his dribble. Now sends it over to Matthias Dickerson. Cats stuck on the perimeter right now. They've used 30 seconds as Ray gets it again deep on the wing. Looking into a zone look right now from Butler County. Pardinger fakes a pass into the corner. Now gives it to Matthias. They go down low to Gavin. Had it knocked away from behind. Gavin gets it back and can pass it out to Cam for a clean look from 3. Missed short. O.J. gets the board, and he's fouled hard on the putback try. 2 more free throws on the way to O.J. Gamble. Had 8 points in the first half. Didn't score in that third quarter. A frustrating one. Picked up a technical foul arguing an out-of-bounds call where he probably had a good case. Takes a couple of dribbles, fires up the free throw, and it's perfect. Franklin Simpson just 6 for 10 at the free throw line in this game. As the second one, though, falls for OJ. Makes them both, it's 53-49. Top of the key. Griffin goes down low to Rice, but it's knocked away. Gavin Dickerson up ahead to Matthias. Acrobatic catch. Nice scoop finish, and the lead is down to 2. Quick 4-0 run to start the quarter. 53-51. 6:50 left. Rice up top gives it to Ty Price, defended by Matthias Dickerson. Leaves it off in the corner for Trevor DeWeese. Now gets it back. Matthias gambled for the steal. Price gets inside, then Ray knocks it away from Rice. OJ in transition. Lost it. Gets it back. Goes to the rim. Finishes. And we're tied up at 53. OJ's got 12. Here come the Cats. Can they get another stop? Griffin guarded by Pardinger. Gets a screen from Rice. Cuts inside. Defended well by Matthias, but they call a late foul. I think even if they didn't call the foul, Lawson Rice was there for a free putback, so it might end up working out. It's the second against Matthias. As the officials stopped for something. You know what was going on there. They paused it for a moment. Now they give it to Griffin to fire the 2 free throws. Had 5 points in the first quarter. And now has his first point since as the first free throw falls. 72% free throw shooter on the season. There's not anybody out there for Butler County that is good to foul. As he proves that right and makes both. Give him 7. 55-53. Butler County leads by 2. 6:15 left. OJ, Kai, and Cam form that triangle to break the press. It goes to Kai into the front court. Now back to OJ. At that Butler County Bear logo at midcourt. To Kai on the wing. Slips through a double. Pulls up from the elbow. Rattles home. They gave him that mid-range jumper, and he'll take it every time. Kai now with 10. Price, aggressive three-point try. Buries it off a screen. Didn't have much space, and it didn't matter. He's got 20. 3-point lead for Butler County. Gavin holds it in the corner. Now gives it out to Cam Ray. Kai up top, holding it there. Butler County still in that zone look as Matthias gets it on the wing, goes into the corner. Cam, one-on-one OJ on the block against Lawson Rice. Nearly walked, kicks it out. Jakai wants to answer with a triple, and he does. Jakai now with 13. We're tied up at 58. Ty Price, defended by Cam, gets to the baseline. Tough mid-range pull-up, goes all the way around and out, and Lawson Rice juggles it mid-air and gets the putback to go. He has been the problem. And for Butler County, he's been the answer. 60-58, 5 minutes left. Kai, deep left wing. Gavin wanted it at the elbow, again denied. Now Kai has to pick up his dribble and sends it over left wing, extended to Matthias Dickerson. Walks between the circles, pulls one up 3 feet off the line. That's a bad shot. Fortunately, we'll see who this rebound is off of. He'll say it's off of OJ. And it'll be Butler County ball. I thought that might be Franklin Simpson ball in the corner. It was a heat check there from Matthias, who's got 10 on the night. Tough look. If it goes, everybody goes crazy. But here comes Ty Price the other way. His Butler County Bears lead it by 2. Up top, Lyson Rice hands it back to Ty Price. Defended by Kai. Wraparound pass down low. Rice. Shot affected by Matthias Dickerson, but they call a foul. I don't know what Franklin Simpson for the final 4:32 of this game are going to be able to do defensively against 6'7" Lawson Rice. The left-handed big bends, fires this first free throw, and it's pure because you can't foul him. He's 6 for 7 at the line tonight. 18 points so far. And you can make it 19. Timeout taken by Butler County. 62-58. They lead it. 4:32 left in the ball game. Franklin Simpson's played a good fourth quarter, especially offensively. They had 47 points at the end of the third. They've scored 11 here in the fourth quarter, which is already more than they scored in that 8-point third quarter. Kai with 5 in the frame, OJ with 4, Matthias with a couple. Those 3 all in double figures now. OJ's got 12. Matthias has 10. Partinger leads the way for the Cats with 13. Gavin's knocking on the door as well with 9. Franklin Simpson's getting close to that 60-point mark. I mentioned in the pregame that Butler County this year, when they give up over 60, they are just 1-6 this season. But this is an offense with so much firepower. They've scored at least 80 in their last 4. Gonna have to work to get there in this one, but so far they've done just enough to have a 4-point lead as we get back underway. 62-58, 4.5 minutes left after the timeout. Partinger, left wing, gets a screen from O.J. Gamble. Drives right, crosses back, now goes outside Gavin. Fakes the screen, defended by Rice, spins to his left, gets him in the air. Leaves it for O.J., who has it blocked from behind. They're going to say it's a clean block from Lawson Rice. It's out of bounds on the baseline. Franklin Simpson will inbound underneath. Cam will trigger it. Tried to flare Matthias open. He was open for just a second. As Cam goes to bounce pass it into OJ, he's called for 5 seconds. Couldn't get it in time. That was well defended by Butler County. At least on the front end, and I think then afterwards when Matthias sprung open, I don't think Cam saw it. Rice up top, gives it up on the right wing to Castlin. Back to Lawson Rice. Now they go on the baseline. Griffin, defended by Cam Ray. Ty Price springs off an off-ball screen. Fires a 3 left short. Ray with the board. OJ's open up ahead. Cam gets it to him. Goes inside against Rice. Picks up his dribble. Leaves it for Gavin, and he finishes from 3 feet out. Gavin's into double figures with 11. The lead's back down to 2. 62-60. 3:40 left. Top of the key, Lawson Rice. Now it goes left wing to Castlin. Back to Lawson. They love running that modern NBA action, with Ty Price handing it to Lawson Rice, who then passes it back to Ty while also basically setting a screen for him. That's what the Warriors do a lot. Is Price this time off the dribble, gets inside, and his runner's good. Nobody came to contest it. Price has got 22. 64-60 Butler County. Gavin goes up top to OJ, left wing to Kai Partinger. Into the corner, Matthias. Had an open 3 for a moment, but instead gives it off to Cam. Guarded by Price. Crosses it up, gets to the basket, and it's swatted out of bounds by Rice, but they call a foul. And I think it's because Rice didn't give him anywhere to land. It wasn't in the act, it was on the way down. Second on Lawson Rice. 2 big free throws on the way for Cam Ray. Franklin 8 for 12 at the stripe. All of them matter from this point on. Cam was hurt earlier. Looked like he tweaked his knee, came back in, and has played a valiant game since then. As Cats trail at 64-60 with 3:03 left in this game at Butler County. First free throw, good. Cam now with 8. The starting lineup has all but 7. Butler County's starting lineup has all of their points. Cam makes both. 64-62, 3 minutes left. Here comes Ty Price. Right side. Cam all over him. Gives it off to Griffin. Defended loosely by Matthias Dickerson. Now comes to pick him up 6 feet off the three-point line. Price wants it on the right wing, isolated. They've cleared out the paint entirely so everybody can work off the ball. Rice has it up top. Price spins down low. Matthias switches well. Rice still holds it at the top, defended by Gavin Dickerson. 2:35 left in the game. Off to Griffin, guarded by Ray. Pulls it back near half court, 2.5 minutes left. Griffin gets around Cam, inside. Blocking foul called. OJ trying to draw the charge. It's on the floor, no free throws. But it's the third against O.J. Gamble. Butler County will inbound underneath. 2:24 left, 64-62 Bears lead. Griffin inbounding. Comes into Rice on the block. Guarded by Matthias. Thought he might back him down. Instead, he walks it out to the top of the key. Now sends it out to Trevor DeWeese. Hand off Price. Now they bring the double team. Price trapped. Gives it off to Rice. Driving inside, stops on the elbow, sends it back to Price. Cam fell down, he slipped up. Price gets inside, absorbs contact, can't finish. But 2 free throws on the way for the junior Dynamo. Cam had just slipped up, and you might be able to link that back to what had happened earlier with his injury. As Ty Price will have 2 free throws. He's 3 for 6 at the line so far tonight. First of these 2, though, was pure. And that young man has ice in his veins. He's got 23. You can throw out numbers in these spots. 65-62, 2:03 left. Price averaging 28.4 per game. Top 10 in the state. Makes the second. 66-62, 2 minutes left. Still anybody's ball game, but the Cats got to score. Ja'Kai Partinger holds it on the right wing. Hands it off to OJ. It's deflected, then falling down is Castlin. Gamble's got some momentum. Gets to the rim, but missed the layup on the left block. Was well defended down there by DeWeese. Rotated in after Castlin fell down, and the Bears get a stop. Rice up top, hands it off to Griffin. Down low, Rice on the elbow, defended by Dickerson, and they reset up top. Butler County content to hold here. The coach holds up both hands on the bench. Wildcats do have 4 fouls. Rice drives in. Cats don't contest, and Lawson Rice finishes. He's got 21. It's 68-62. Wildcats need an answer bad. Coach Spencer trying to get his action going as he wanted Matthias to come set a screen for OJ. I don't think Matthias understood. Gets the ball, drives, has his shot blocked by Rice. OJ with the offensive board. Outside Matthias. Gets inside. Again blocked by Rice. Out of bounds on the baseline. It'll stay with Franklin Simpson. Lawson Rice is a game changer. Ray trying to inbound. Gets it into OJ, who goes up over everybody to get it. Kicks it out to Gavin. Clean look from 3. Missed it long, and the rebound eventually lands with Rice. Off to Ty Price, and the Cats have to foul. Ty Price with 24 on the night. 4th foul on OJ Gamble. He's got 2 free throws here with 41.4 seconds left. 68-62 is the Butler County lead as Price nails the first. He's now made his last 4. 6 of his last 7. Spins it on the left hand, takes a right-handed dribble, and makes the second as well. They've got 70. It's 70-62. 41.4 left, a full timeout taken, but we'll keep it here. Butler County now up by 8. Franklin Simpson had cut it down to a 2-point game. Just couldn't slice any closer. And now they trail it by 8. Cats let things slip away in that third quarter, had an 8-point halftime lead. Outscored 23-8 in that third frame. After an amazing second quarter, Butler County came out, scored 22 to start the game. Franklin Simpson held them to 9 and scored 25 in those second 8 minutes. Just couldn't carry that momentum into the second half. Started this fourth quarter well with a couple of buckets, but just could never break through. And now under a minute left, they trail at 70-62. Butler County looking to move to 12-6 on the season and extend their winning streak to 5 games. Franklin Simpson looking to have theirs also move to 5. 2 teams trending in similar directions at the right time. Been a much more impressive showing this time around for Franklin Simpson against the top team in the area. If you compare it to that game at Bowling Green, it's night and day. Night and day. Kai gets the inbound pass. He'll bring it up. Cats got to go, and they got to go fast. Partinger gets a screen from Gamble. Hands it to Ray. They pop Gavin out for a 3, but it's well defended by Rice. They try to go down low to Gamble, and it's knocked out of bounds by Kassler. Cats will have it in the near corner. Inbounding on the baseline. Ray to inbound. Gets it into Dickerson. Right corner, down low Matthias. They lost him, and he gets a free bucket. Quick timeout taken by Franklin Simpson. Matthias has 12. 70-64. Franklin Simpson trails it. Full timeout taken by the Wildcats. They got about 30 seconds left to work with. Matthias Dickerson now with 12. Ja'Kai Pardinger still leads the way with 13. Matthias also with 12. Gavin with 11. Wildcats put 4 players in double figures, and Cam was right there with 9. Could still get there, and what a game he's played. Him being able to return from injury is what really sparked that run in the second quarter. But just too much between Ty Price and Lawson Rice. Cats did a good job on everybody else, at least up to this point. None of the other starters in double figures. But 26 for Ty Price, 21 for Lawson Rice, who we don't have the official rebounds for, but pretty safely assume he's got double-double number 14 on the season. Briar Griffin will be the one to inbound. Butler County up 70-64, 26 seconds left. They spring Price open. Matthias switches on to him, but they're able to get it into Rice. And Ray and Matthias come up to him. Rice tried to flip it back to Price. Nearly went out of bounds. And now Matthias Dickerson's just going to have to foul Ty Price. Nearly forced a turnover there. It was just a nonchalant flip back from Rice. Fourth foul on Matthias. He and OJ now with 4 apiece. And 2 more free throws for Ty Price. He had 8 points in the first quarter, only 3 in the second when Franklin Simpson went on that run. But as he makes the first free throw, he's now made 6 in a row at the line. He's 5 for 5 in this fourth quarter. And as he fires up the second and he makes it, he's got 11 points this quarter alone. 28 for the night. 72-64 Butler County, 15 seconds left. OJ gets inside, can't finish the acrobatic layup, missed it short, and Coach Spencer tells his guys to let it go. Ball goes up ahead to Caslin, and that will do it from Butler County High. 72-64 the final score. The Cats go to battle with the number 3 ranked team in the area poll by the Daily News, but they fall just short. 72-64. Butler County takes it to move to 12-6 overall on the season. The Wildcats fall to 11-8. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have our post-game show. Take a look at the numbers. We'll see if Coach Spencer is able to make the trek up to find us here in our spot. And we'll also pick out our Pelican Snowballs of Franklin player of the game. Our first one of the night, Jasmine Savage for the Lady Cats. 72-64, again, your final score. Franklin Simpson falling to Butler County. You're listening to Wildcat Basketball on 92.3 WFKN. Let's do 3 minutes here.
Some stats from tonight's game. Scoring first for Franklin Simpson, number 24, Golden Shatter, had 2 points. Number 3, Brody McAllister had 5 points. Number 1, Cameron Gray had 9 points. Wildcats placed 4 players in double figures. Number 10, Gavin Dickerson had Number 11, Justin Castle had 9 points. The Bears placed 2 players in double figures. Number 24, Lawson Rice had 21 points. And the leadoff scorers, number 22, Ty Price had 28 points for the Bears, for a total of 72. Not only did Ty Price score the 2,000 point mark last night against Evanston County, but tonight he went over the 1,500 point mark as a Bear. So congratulations to Ty, congratulations to the Bears. They've won 5 in a row as they head to the Grayson County matchup Friday night. See you at the Bear Game.
Starting up our post-game show here from Butler County High School, as they just called it over the PA, the Bear Cave here in Morgantown. The Butler County Bears do win tonight over your Franklin Simpson Wildcats, 72-64, stopping the Cats' winning streak at 4, and in their own right extending theirs to 5. Butler County now 12-6 overall on the season. The Wildcats fall to 11 and 8. 64 points put up for Franklin Simpson. They had been 8-2 this year when scoring 60 or more, 31-5 over the last 3 seasons under Coach Spencer. But when you flip that around and look at when teams score at least 60 against FS, the Wildcats struggle. They were just 2-4 this season coming into tonight. Now 7-15 over the last 3 seasons when teams hit that 60-point mark. Great offensive effort tonight for Butler County as they put up 72 against the Wildcats. Just 1 point short of the 73 put up at Bowling Green. But I said this near the end of the game. It's night and day, that game compared to this one, both against top 3 teams in the area. Bowling Green, number 1, after they picked up their win over Warren Central. Butler County started the year kind of bounced back and forth with Bowling Green as the team that was number 1 in that top 10 in the area poll. Cats had the lead at halftime. 39-31 was the score. Butler County blitzed out to start the third quarter, and the Wildcats just couldn't match it from there. Cut the lead down to 2 in the fourth quarter a couple of times, but just couldn't get that one stop and score combination, and ultimately fall 72-64. Speaking of that fourth quarter, there were 19 points scored by Butler County. 17 came from the combination of Ty Price and Lawson Rice, who of their 72, they score 49 for the night. Ty Price finishes with 28 points, which is right at his season average of 28.4. 17 came in the second half, 11 in that fourth quarter. Lawson Rice, to me, was the real problem for Franklin Simpson, was rock steady. 6 points in the first quarter, 4 in the second quarter, 5 in the third quarter, just chipping away. 6 in the fourth quarter, was the steady presence all throughout for this Butler County team. Finishes with 21 points. I said this again at the end of the game as well. We don't have the official rebound numbers, but can assure you that he picked up double-double, number 14. He averages 19 points and 11 rebounds per game this season. 9 points for Justin Caslin, 7 apiece for Briar Griffin, and Trevor DeWeese does it for the scoring for Butler County. I'd referenced multiple times their starting lineup scores 96% of their points this year. That's going to tick up just a little bit. They score 100% of the 72 here tonight. Big number from this one. Franklin Simpson holds the Bears to 7 3-pointers made, but they go 21 for 27 from the free throw line in this ball game as Coach Spencer gets set to join us on our post-game show. Again, if you're just now joining us, 72-64, the final score in this one. Coach, I want to go back quickly to that second quarter, and then we'll kind of walk through what happened from there, because first quarter, things were back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Cam goes down and has to come out for a little bit with, couldn't tell if it was a knee or an ankle or what he had going on there.
Achilles.
Comes back in the second quarter. Everything starts clicking. You guys put up 25 points, hold them to 9. What was it that allowed that second quarter to be so special and put you guys in a position where you're up by 8 at halftime?
Defense, man. we were locked in. We were locked in on the defensive end. I mean, if you go back and watch, think about it, all the tip balls, all the rotations, kind of got them uncomfortable. And just play good team defense, really.
Well, they run a lot of action, too, to try to get you in some mismatches, get your guys switched off, especially on a one-day prep train in between games. How tough is it to try to prepare for an offense that obviously scores so many points, but they do it in such crafty ways where, again, they've got so much motion, they're trying to force a lot of different matchups.
I mean, we had already prepared for them. We had already watched film and it broke them down. I mean, we knew what they were going to do. They're a good team, man. They got all those guys, those first 5 guys, man. They can all shoot it.
Yep.
They're all long and athletic, and if you have one breakdown mentally, they'll make you pay for it.
So that third quarter, let's walk there, Dim. Would you say that the difference there is just defense from our end, but what really shifted from that second quarter to the third quarter?
I think our defense relaxed a little bit, and I think that we made some bad decisions on the offensive end as far as some shot selection. We threw the ball away a couple times. And, man, it's defense with us. If we can get stops, play in transition, we're better. It's just part of it. We talked about it after the game. We got to figure out something in these third quarters because when we've been up several games in the third at halftime and come out in the third quarters and it's hard to get started again. Almost got to get behind to get going again. And, that's not a good way to play. We just got to figure it out, man.
We had that stretches early on in the season, and we talked about that when it happened where game after game against really good teams, a halftime lead would then dwindle away third into the fourth quarter. How do you coach through something like that to where it's not just a matter of X's and O's, maybe shots not falling, it's an overall maybe a more mental thing.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you work on that with guys?
I don't know. We just work on it in situations. We've been working on situations in practice, and I guess we need to take a break, a 10-minute break in practice and come out and do it. I mean, seriously, we got to do something to get us where we're going at halftime. We had an extended halftime today, but we just got to do better. I told him, I said, normally in a region game, district game, I would have took a timeout, but I wanted us to play through it a little bit just to see if we can, get through it. And, that was my fault, but it's part of it. We're all trying to get better, and we just got to get a little tougher.
Well, got it back down to a 2-point game there a couple of times in the fourth quarter. Several times just a stop and a score away from swinging that game in favor.
We tied it a couple times, but again, we had some breakdowns defensively, not rebounding. We missed a couple rebounds, but I keep trying to explain to them, we got 2 guys that can dunk the basketball.
Yep.
Everybody else has 4 and 5 guys. We're not going to out-jump anybody. And you know how kids are. They think they can out-jump it. We got to box out. We got to box out. And then in that first half, we were boxing out and rebounding. In that third quarter, man, it just cost us.
To that point, Ty Price finishes with 28, but I felt throughout the entire game Lawson Rice was really the guy that made everything go for them, offense, defense. We know how special those 2 guys are. How do you feel against Price in particular? Obviously finishes with the 28, only had 11 at halftime. How do you feel like your guys did against them?
Man, they competed, man. We held them. They got their average, but,
especially in that second half, you can look at how much of it was free throws for both of them.
Yeah, you got to keep those guys off the line, man. They're tough, man. I'm telling you, I'm just one little breakdown, one little not getting over a screen or not communicating that is a bucket for them. And, I thought we did a good job in the first half of getting into their bench. And, they couldn't guard us. Honestly, I didn't think if Rice wasn't helping blocking shots, they couldn't stay in
He was their whole defense. They were very reliant on just getting beat by the first guy and hoping he'd come in and contest it.
Well, I was telling Gavin, when he leaves you've got to follow him so we can dump it off to you. But, we got caught shooting 3, want to shoot threes, and it's got a little better job.
Last thing I'll ask you about before I let you go, obviously the goal is to win every game you play in, but I drew a comparison between this game and the Bowling Green game because those are 2 teams, if you look at that Daily News top 10, they're both in the top 3. Bowling Green and Butler County kind of bounce back and forth, 1 and 2 at various points early on in the season. This game, both of them on the road, this game night and day it felt like compared to that Bowling Green game. Your guys just came out, and it seemed like this time they really felt like they belonged on the same stage as Butler County.
Belief.
Yeah.
I think us playing well here lately gave us some confidence. The difference between the 2 teams is Bowling Green's quickness.
Yes.
Bowling Green is much more quicker than those guys. They both can shoot it. Plus, Ritter's a little bit bigger than that kid,
yes.
But that's the difference. That's the difference. It's belief. We've been playing better here lately, so we didn't think that they could guard us.
Yep.
And that's what I felt.
Well, it's a long trip back, Coach. I'll let you get going, and we'll see you again on Friday.
Absolutely.
That's Coach D. Spencer joining us on our post-game show. Wildcats falling tonight in a battle against, again, a very good Butler County team, 72-64, our final score here tonight. I ran through all the numbers for Butler County, so let's take a look at the scores for Franklin Simpson. 4 Wildcats in double figures, led by Ja'Kai Pardinger with 13. He's put together a good string. He'd gone cold there for about 4 or 5 games, 3 in a row now in double figures. He scores 13 again here tonight. O.J. Gamble and Matthias Dickerson in double figures with 12 apiece. Good to see Matthias follow up that 20-point game with another 10-plus effort. And nice to see O.J. get back into double figures. Played a really good game, competed, went toe-to-toe with those big guys down low for Butler County. And then 11 points for Gavin Dickerson, who continues quietly almost that streak of double-digit scoring games. He's down on that 9 games in a row. Cam Ray finishes with 9, almost put every single starter in double figures. 5 for Brody McAllister and 2 for Cole Scherer. The Cats